going. It is Tuesday, September 25th, here on WZR Radio. I'm Ryan Clark. He's Matt Boone. I'm going to be here for the next 2 hours, talking pro wrestling, about 2 hours. I got a lot of stuff going on tonight. I don't really know what the deal is, man. It's been a rough couple of weeks, but what are you going to do? Life goes on, right? Throws you some curveballs, you fucking suck it up, and you move on. And it's been crazy busy these last couple of days here on the website. So, a lot to talk about. We have Monday Night Raw from last night from my hometown of Albany, New York. I didn't go, but Mick Foley came back, and it was a really good show. One of the better shows in recent months. We had the big surprise was Mick Foley, and then the rating just came out today. I didn't get a chance to post it before we came on here, but a 2.7, which is not good. It's the lowest rated Raw of the year, so not good. In Monday Night Football, they had a huge game last night. So, talk about all that. Run down Monday Night Raw. We had Night of Champions last Sunday as well, so we're going to talk about that and a bunch of other stuff. Matty Boone, what's going on, buddy? It's good to be back.
Hey now, yeah, believe me, I can relate with all the curveballs you were talking about. Good Lord, can I relate? But shit, we weren't here last week, so the last show we did was 24 hours after Jerry Lawler had a heart attack. We went off the air not knowing if he was conscious yet or anything. So we had that. I mean, we had the UFC this past weekend. Zupa canceled another event. Like 2 days ago, they canceled the Strike Force event that was supposed to happen.
The one with Gilbert Melendez, right? I think that's the one. Yeah,
it was going to be Gilbert Melendez versus Pat Healy, which, sucks shit anyway. But I guess Josh Thompson offered to fill in, and they still canceled the show anyway. It's a recurring theme they're having where they're shooting themselves in the foot, making these cards where the whole show depends on the main event. Yeah. Main event falls out, they got nothing to fall back on, they got to cancel the show. Millions lost in advertising, people buying plane tickets and setting up vacations around events like the Vegas. It's bad. It's becoming an epidemic, as they say. But I'm trying to think, there's a whole bunch of other shit. TNA going live. I haven't heard anything about Goldberg, but that was a story the last time we were on the air. You can probably tell me what's up with that. As far as the show, you might have an interview with Batista next week. I told you about that. Mm-hmm. You got a couple guests yourself lined up. I don't know if you want to tell them what's going on with that yet, but I'll remember more as we get going. But there's a whole bunch of shit that I was thinking of before we went on the air as to what we need to cover, and there's a lot of it.
I think we may interview Dave Batista tomorrow, and we may air that next week here on the website, because he's supposed to do he's supposed to do a big a media thing tomorrow where they've opened it up. It's basically to promote his MMA fight, so we're going to be talking a lot about that. Yeah. But I mean, he's open to the media tomorrow, so if we can record something, that'd be kind of cool, and then we could air it here next week on WZR Radio. And then Shad Gaspard wants to come back. I mean, the whole mid-card thing that we've been talking about in recent weeks. I mean, Beth Phoenix is another one where there are some reports out there that, she's going to retire, this, that, and the other thing. And that's simply not the case. I mean, she's been pissed off for a while now, her and a lot of other people that we've talked about here, And, I mean, I got an email about a month ago, and I put up on Facebook because it had been a couple of weeks since I read the email, and I mistaked it. I said that Natalya was going to be leaving WWE, and it was actually Beth Phoenix. I went back, and basically she lost a family member, and then there's way more to it than that, where she's frustrated, man, and a lot of people feel like, I don't know where the retirement rumors started, but, I mean, she may have told WWE, hey, listen, I'm burnt out, I'm thinking about retiring, I'm thinking about going into acting, as a way to get out of her WWE contract, and then once she's...
Well, it's soon, right?
No. Well, she's leaving in October. There were a couple of reports last night that she told fans in the parking lot of the Times Union Center last night that she wasn't leaving, but she's the one that originally came out on Facebook and said, listen, as of October 22nd, I'm leaving WWE. So I don't know how
Why
accurate...
that date now?
Well, she was booked. I mean, she's been booked to finish. I mean, she's going to finish up with WWE. And then they had her on Raw last night, which was kind of interesting. So, I mean, who knows? I mean, maybe they talked her into staying. Maybe they didn't. Maybe she's still planning on leaving. But she's the one that originally came out and said, listen, I'm going to finish up with WWE, and then, we'll see what happens, and we'll go from there. But, you know what happens,
maybe,
dude?
Maybe our buddy Adam Copeland wants some more alone time with her. You never know. What's going on there? He's still banging that, right?
Who, Edge?
Yeah, been completed.
Oh, you hear that?
What is that?
I thought I had I was running a virus scan on my computer because the computer's being a total bitch today. But, man, didn't find anything, so I don't know why it's being a bitch. Started.
Yeah.
My bad, I thought I had it muted.
No, she's dating Edge, you know. She's been with, actually, no, that's Lita. Lita's dated, I'm trying to think. Lita's been with Matt Hardy, Edge. She's with CM Punk right now. And there's another one.
Allegedly, supposedly.
Right. Well, we have lots of photos up on WZROnline.com about, with CM Punk and Lita, recent ones too,
Edge and Beth too.
Edge and Beth, I think they were, at a hockey game or something? I think so. I think that's
that, and them hanging out at a parking lot or something, or an airport or something. We also got, who is it? Eve Torres and the Gracie kid that does all the videos online, the breakdowns of UFC fights and shit. So there's a lot of power couples in the industry.
They're getting married, I think. You know who else is dating in WWE is Wade Barrett and Alicia Fox. A lot of people don't know about that one either. So, anyways, so yeah, I mean, Dave Bautista, maybe going to interview him tomorrow, and then Shad Gaspard wants to come on. Basically, I mean, I broke it down. You guys know. I mean, Shad's a good buddy of mine. You know what I mean? Everybody knows that. He's a former WWE star. He was a member of Crime Time, and, we talk a couple of times a week. And we were talking the other day, and he said, he's got a new documentary coming out, too. So he wants to come on.
How'd you say that?
Documentary?
No, that's not right.
Documentary.
It's documentary.
Documentary.
Yeah, not documentary.
You're
mixing the word documentation and documentary together.
Fuck you, dude. Fuck you.
Common mistake. No, blame it on the accent.
Blame it on the accent. That's what we always do, right?
Yeah, one in doubt.
So then I got a text from Tomko, right? Remember Tyson Tomko? You guys remember him from WWE? He was the bodyguard of Christian. Then he went over to TNA. And the last anybody's heard from him was the whole thing that went down at the restaurant, right? The Chili's restaurant, where he was in the bathroom and he was shooting up and this, that, and the other thing. So I got a text from him, and he said, "Can you believe it's been almost a year, man? It's been almost 1 year since that all went down, and he hasn't talked to anybody. He's been on no radio shows." Hasn't done any interviews, nothing. I mean, he's been radio silent, you know what I mean? And I guess he went through the legal proceedings. We didn't hear anything about that. And he says that he's sober. He's going to be coming up on 1 year sober now. And he wants to come on our show, be the first interview that he does, and he's going to give you guys updates on what happened with the whole legal situation, how he's doing, what's going on in his life.
Yeah.
And I mean, he says he's been clean for 1 year, and I know what happened with the legal, but he's going to come on here and tell you guys firsthand about, what exactly went down in the Chili's restaurant. Says some things were blown out of proportion. They all do, right? I mean, something comes out like that, dude, and they all try to downplay it. But he's going to come on here, and it's going to be the first interview. It's going to be the first time he's talked to anybody. And he's going to come on here and do it. So we got the next couple weeks, man.
Computer, man. You have no idea. I want to scratch my eyes out with a jumbo chalk or something right now. I'm fucking livid. But, what was I going to say? Yeah, of all the fucking shows you go to in New York, this one's right in your backyard. No train, no nothing. It's the big leagues, and you miss it. Mick Foley, CM Punk, Jerry Lawler live interview, fans jump in the fan. How the hell did you not go to that show? What's your excuse?
Listen, it's been a rough couple of weeks, man. We weren't here for that reason.
Did you get out?
No, my father flew in from Colorado. I had an uncle die last week, dude, and I had to go through all these funerals and, all this other stuff. So I had my father fly in.
I flew. Close with the uncle?
Yeah, he was on my father's side of the family, but I mean, it wasn't a close uncle, you know what I mean? But I mean, he was at the Christmas parties and the summer parties, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
it was there, you know, it was
Man, I'm sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? It's life. It's part of life, right? So we had to cancel last week. I flew my father in from Colorado, and he came. He just took off today. I'll tell you what, dude, it is tough, man. I mean, he comes in. He says, "I gotta go to the airport now." I had to hold back the tears, man, because I don't see my father. You know, it's every couple years. You know what I mean? I gotta hold back the tears, man. It's tough to see him go. So we had to take him out to the airport.
Yeah, I remember when I lived up there. You came into town once, and you took him back there. You could get all emotional and took him back then too. I guess because you see him so infrequent. My father, shit, I just met him last year for the first time ever. There was no tears shed there. I could give two shits.
Right.
Actually, there was.
Yeah.
I forgot. I did cry a little. I cried a little bit. Yeah, because we just kind of pretended to be cool with each other the whole time. Didn't bring up where the hell you've been my whole life.
Right.
Until the fucking right before you left, he started apologizing because we were drunk. We went out drinking. And, yeah, he started touching on that, and that was just, I didn't think I cared until he started talking, and I was like, you motherfucker. Like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, I can relate, man. It's rough. I haven't seen my mother in 4 years.
I know, it's been a long, ever since, you know, she went to Maryland and you're still down there in Florida, you know, yeah, it's been crazy. But listen, it's been a rough couple of weeks. I don't want to get into it too much, you know what I mean? We're going to have a sob-ass show, but, you know, life throws you some curveballs and you got to fucking knock them out of the park, you know what I mean? So what are you going to do? It is what it is, you know? And it's been a busy couple of days on the website, so that's keeping me busy. And, you know, I mean, right before we came on here, I'm just gonna address this real quick. I know a lot of you guys, you know, you visit.
Oh shit! Is it a rant?
No. Yeah, a lot of these guys. Basically, what happens? I own a network of websites: PWS, ProWrestlingScoops.com, WZROnline.com, MMAScoops.com, TNNWrestlingNews.com, and we use one forum. All right, we use PWSforums.com, and my admin.
The Wrestling Answer too, right?
Wrestling Answer's still up. That's another one. You know, and we use the same forum for PWSforums.com. What I'm doing lately is WZR Online's kind of my baby these days. You know what I mean? It's my pet project. So I've been hyping WZROnline.com a lot, and my forum admin. You know, you guys have probably seen him on Facebook. I mean, I hope he's all right. I really do. I hope the guy's all right. Love the guy to death. He's done a lot for me in the last, I don't know, 5 to 10 years running my forum. But I mean, people deal with personal problems. So I think what we're gonna do, we're gonna come up with an alternative plan for PWSforums.com and figure something out, and you know, hopefully we can get that, you know, back on its feet, and we'll go from there. And I'll just kind of leave it at that.
You didn't even say what happened. I mean, you got hacked, right?
No. It's we're gonna get it back on its feet, and we'll be good to go. You know, we may do some changes and things like that over there. And then we have our live chat room. We got a lot of people in there tonight. WZROnline.com /chat. WZROnline.com /chat. Lots and lots of people in there tonight. So get in there. We'll do chat shout-outs here in just a little bit. What else?
Do not mention a single word about the Detroit Lions and Matt. Just keep that off the radar, please.
How about them Buffalo Bills, brother? How about them Buffalo Bills?
You're 2-1, right?
I'm 2-1, man. We lost week 1 to the Jets, and then, well, we've had easy teams, dude. I mean, we defeated in week 2. We had Kansas City. And then in week 3 we had Cleveland last week, so it's kind of easy games. The real test will be this Sunday when we play the Patriots. So that's a big game, you know what I mean? But we'll see what happens. CJ Spiller got hurt, dude. He suffered a shoulder injury, so he's going to be out. I don't think he's going to be out that long. I think it's only a week or 2. And then fantasy, I'm sucking it up in fantasy, dude. I'm doing horrible, you know what I mean? But
your league, you know NFL better than me. I kind of half-ass follow it, but I heard Stafford got injured. Is he out, or was he just out of that game?
I don't know what happened to Stafford.
I don't know. His leg. I know that. I just don't know if he was just out of that game or if he's going to be out for a while.
You know what the problem is? I mean, the NFL season sucks, man. Did you see that game last night with the Packers and the Seahawks, dude? That blown call to end the game.
I my Raw, but I hear even Raw is making fun of the, I guess, the NFL referees something happened where they had to have like fill-in referees or something, like replacement refs, and they're making angles in WWE based on that.
Dude, they've got the referees that are judging the NFL. They coach high school football, and a lot of them were fired from the lingerie football league, dude. So you're taking high school referees, and you're putting them on the field, and it's not their fault. You know what I mean? Everybody blames the referees, but I mean these guys are being thrown out there in a game that. I mean, they're reffing high school games, man. There's so many different rules in the NFL, so you can't place all the blame on the referees. The problem is the NFL. The NFL they're a multi-billion-dollar company, maybe even a trillion-dollar company. Man up. I mean, referees are important to the game. Everybody knows now referees are a big part of the game. And you need to man up, man, and they need to pay these guys some money. You know what I mean? They're not asking for a whole lot, man. I mean, pay them.
I mean, the referees. I mean, 2 points. These fill-in refs, they're fucking up left and right. I mean, but they're doing the best they can. People think it's like such an easy job to be a referee. All you gotta do is just say when people fuck up. It's a lot harder than it looks. I mean, we're finding that out now when we don't have these professional referees out there.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, man. I mean, people, like you said, people don't realize how big of a deal the referees are as part of the game. You know what I mean? And you know, they
got to be on top of everything. You know?
Right? No, it's not good, man. It's not good. So, well, hopefully they get that resolved in the next couple of weeks. So, listen, this is what we got to talk about. You mentioned it at the top of the hour. Jerry Lawler doing much better, man. We saw him last night on Monday Night Raw. He's joking around about almost dying a couple of weeks ago. I mean, the guy's up.
Says he made a joke about a heart attack. He said if you had to sit next to Michael Cole for 3 hours, you'd have a heart attack. The man's clowning on the situation already.
He says he's coming back to the ring. He's gonna go back to wrestling, and nothing happened. It's like, don't worry about me. I got shocked 8, 9, 10 times backstage at Raw. I was clinically dead for 15, 20 minutes. No big deal. You know what I mean? This guy
with a brain, he should be a vegetable. The man's fucking already back on his feet, joking, having a good time. I mean, really a miracle story. God bless him, because it looked bad. It looked really bad.
It's crazy. You had Rey Mysterio, Triple H were backstage that night crying, didn't know what to do, and then the guy just comes out and he's making jokes about it 2 weeks later. I mean, how often does that happen? I'm telling you, if Dr. Sampson, right, from WWE, if he wasn't there, I'm telling you, and a lot of other people come out on Twitter and are saying if the WWE doctors weren't a couple feet away from Jerry Lawler, he wouldn't be here today. He would not be here with us.
We said it on the show. If that was an indie show, because he does a lot of indie wrestling, if that was not a WWE produced event with all the medical staff like you mentioned, if that was just a local show, Jerry Lawler would be dead right now. Let's be honest. He wouldn't be alive anymore. I mean, the motherfucker was lucky, and then his recovery was a fucking miracle. You know what I mean? It's just a great story. Like, it turned out, it started off so goddamn tragic. And now it's just like this fucking feel-good story. Like, God bless him, man. He pulled through completely fine.
It is crazy. I mean, there's no other way to put it, dude. It's a miracle. You know what I mean? Somebody said it. Triple H.
He got a curveball in front of him, and he knocked it out of the park.
Triple H came out and said, I don't really believe in miracles or anything like that, dude. But the whole Jerry Lawler thing was a miracle. I mean, it's crazy, man. It really is. It's crazy. Then we had Sonny, man, Tammy Sitch. All right, Tammy Sitch. Holy Lord.
3 arrests or whatever.
Oh man, Jesus. 3 arrests in 3 days. We didn't talk about that last week, and she's once again a mess. She's had problems with alcohol.
Rehab again, right?
Alcohol and drugs. You want me to be honest? I don't think she went to rehab in the first place. I really don't. When you go to rehab, you don't have access to a cell phone. You don't have access to Facebook. And she's, putting up tweets and Facebook posts and everything else. And the Facebook posts are rambling nonsense messages. I mean, WWE said that they sent her to rehab, but they may have sent her and then she dropped out. I don't believe she was in rehab for a full 30 days. Because there's something going on there. There's something going on there that
you two had your problems in the past. I mean, we covered it here on the radio. Y'all had your beef, and I mean, she's a crazy fucking bitch. I mean, God bless her. I used to break my dick jerking off to her when I was a kid. But, I mean, my God, the girl 3 arrests in 3 days. That story was big enough that, what was it, last week, I think, I was driving to Tampa with a friend, and they were talking about it on the local radio station. They were like, yo, the son, and they're like, you hear the host, they bring up pictures of her now, and they're like, just going, because they hadn't seen her since she was, a diva, and they're like, God damn, that can't be Sunny. Look how fat and ugly she is. They were harsh as shit. I mean, they made us look like fucking, like, preachers or something. I mean, my God, they were tearing the shit out of her.
She's
a lunatic. What are you
gonna
do?
Love is a bitch, man. Love is a crazy thing, man. I mean, she was climbing through windows of her ex-boyfriend. Choked him out, and, she claims, and then she came out on Facebook, and she said, I found out that he cheated on me, blah, 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 and it's like, dude, what are you airing your dirty... I mean, some people... Listen, man, I got my personal problems, this, that, and the other thing, and I go on Facebook, man. I don't need the sympathy, you know what I mean? I really don't. I don't need sympathy, and there's so many nice comments, man. The people that reply on Facebook, it's awesome, man. It's awesome to see those messages, man. But some people, I mean, you can't go out there and air your dirty laundry, you know what I mean? I mean, I put up on Facebook, listen, I lost an uncle, you know what I mean? But they don't come out there and say, my ex-boyfriend cheated, and I'll choke him out if he ever cheats again. This, that, I mean, I mean, what are you doing? You know what I mean?
Hey,
Shut
man,
up.
fucking, put it this way. Matty Boone's going through some heartache right now, and I don't post that shit on Facebook. The worst I'll do is I'll get drunk, and I'll put up some pussy songs or something, but I won't fucking go out there and tell everybody what's going on. It's nobody's business. And she's a celebrity. It's even worse. I mean, she got people she don't even know reading this shit, not just her friends, but that's the way to sum it up. She's a fucking nutcase.
She knows it's going to be picked. She knows it's going to be picked up by the media, and that's the thing, man. If you're a celebrity, you know what I mean? If you're in the spotlight, hell, even somebody like me. I mean, the whole Piper thing, dude. You go and you do a Google search for Ryan Clark and Roddy Piper. You know how many sites covered that? You know how many people picked that up and made it into a story? I mean, it's ridiculous. That was
infamous. It was instantly infamous. But the other point I wanted to make before you get off the funny thing was when Chris Candido, rest in peace, God bless him, was alive, and they were together, she was fucking anything with a pulse behind his back. So that was karma for her ass. If she was getting cheated on, she deserved it. She fucking cheated on everybody. She's a fucking whore.
Oh, dude, she contradicts herself so often, dude, in Facebook and tweets and everything. Yeah, she's a hypocrite, dude. It's ridiculous. You know, I mean, she's a crazy, crazy lady. You know what I mean?
She was one hot piece of ass in her day, though. God bless her.
Back in the day, no doubt, dude. I'll give you that, dude. But she was always a bitch, man. You know, back in the day.
Were you a Sonny or a Sable guy? I was always a Sonny guy. Even when fucking everybody was on Sable's nuts, I was like, nah, Sonny's the chick, man. Sonny's the girl.
Well, both of them.
Had an attitude to go with the look.
You know what it was, dude? You had Sonny and Sable back in the day, and then you had Trish and Lita, and now we don't really have any. You know what I mean, dude? It's like, I don't know. It was Sonny and Sonny.
I mean, AJ's fucking smoking hot.
Nah, you know,
crazy eyes. Shit, I love her.
You know who my new one is, dude? And we don't. I mean, we've seen her in recent weeks. Oksana, man. There's something about Oksana.
That's with Antonio Cesaro or whatever.
Right, yeah, man. Dude, I'll tell you what. I think that's my fave, man. I think that's my fave. Something about AJ. I don't know. I thought she was hot at first, dude. Maybe it's the new wardrobe. You know what I mean, dude? Maybe where she comes out and she's.
She looks hot. I watched Raw. It's the first time I've seen her since she's been GM, and I like the wardrobe. It's fucking hot as shit. Oh, call me crazy.
No, she came out last night and she had the the high shorts that she had on. But before that, she was dressed in like a suit, you know, from head to toe, where she had the long pants and everything.
Oh, really?
You know,
like Stephanie McMahon.
Right, exactly. There's something about Oksana, man. I don't know. She's got that accent too. Oh man.
I've only ever seen her once. I can't picture her right now, so I can't say anything. AJ's my girl right now. Kelly was. Now it's AJ. I'm an AJ guy. I'm in the AJ camp.
See, when I look at Kelly, I know she's banging hot, right, dude? There's no doubt about that, dude. But then you think she's been with Batista and blah blah blah.
Don't even try and name everybody. It's just a list that's never ending. Even when the Raw guest hosts were coming, she was banging Jeremy Piven.
But don't you think like what's under there? You know what I mean? I'm sure she's still smoking hot.
Oh,
She keeps it clean shaven.
You're right. When a girl's a whore like that, to some guys like that shit. I don't. I like a good girl. I like a good girl with a badass attitude.
Gotta be a little bit loose under there, don't you think? They're a little bit big under there. I don't know, man. I'm sure it still looks good, dude.
Make a baseball play.
I'm sure it's clean shaven, this, that, and the other thing, dude. But I don't know, man. It's just a lot of people have been up inside that. You know what I'm saying, dude?
It's been beat to death. I'm sure.
It's been beat up, dude. It's been beat up. And then the other big story was John Cena, man. Underwent surgery and is going to be out for a couple weeks. Basically, the deal with Ryback, and we'll get into Monday Night Raw here in just a couple minutes. The deal with Ryback, it's exactly, we're going to put this up on the website as soon as we go off the air here tonight, but it is exactly what we were talking about, or I was talking about on my Facebook last night. They are hoping John Cena's ready to go by Hell in a Cell, and I think we've got 4 weeks until Hell in a Cell, October 21st is the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, and they're hoping Cena's ready to go. That's why Cena cut that promo last night and said that no matter what, come October 21st, I'm walking into Hell in a Cell, right? They are hoping he's ready to go, and they're going to the plan is to go with John Cena versus CM Punk in a Hell in a Cell. And as the weeks go on, especially next week and the week after, they're going to have a better idea of when John Cena is going to be able to return. If he is, it's the 28th. I'm sorry. Thanks, everybody in the chat room. 1 week later on the 28th. So that gives him even longer to recover from surgery. So the plan is CM Punk versus John Cena at Hell in a Cell if he's ready to go. If he's not ready to go, they teased last night with Ryback, where Ryback would be placed into the main event and you would have Ryback versus CM Punk in a Hell in a Cell. But obviously the hope is to do Cena versus Punk. So I think I'm going to lose my voice,
that would
man.
Be dumb to have Ryback and CM Punk. I mean, because Ryback, they let him squash Miz last night. They're finally getting his push going. Why derail it because he's not going to beat Punk, obviously. So I don't think they should do that. They should come up with a different backup. But the thing I wanted to say about Cena, whether you like him or not, and we're not really big fans of his, but he could be good when he's cutting serious promos. He's great. As far as a worker, he's average, whatever. But God bless that guy. That motherfucker. His road schedule is insane with all the appearances he's got to make and the publicity he's got to do. His wrestling. The guy is a company man through and through. I mean, injured, not injured, he's always wrestling. He's always, you know what I mean? Like, he's got this elbow thing, and the very first pay-per-view coming up, he should take it off. And fuck it, he's like, no, they need me, I'm gonna do it. You got to give him credit where credit's due. The motherfucker works his ass off.
No, he does. He definitely does, dude. Plus, he does the whole thing with charities and the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Yeah, Make-A-Wish.
I mean, you can hate him all you want, man, but keep in mind, it's a character. It's a character that he's playing on TV, and there's a little bit of a real-life element to that. He's kind of a corny guy in real life, dude. Even when you see him on, Fox News or CNN or, doing local media, on the local affiliates, when he goes in and he hypes Monday Night Raw or hypes the Smackdown taping or something, there's a little bit of corniness to him, you know what I mean? But you gotta give him credit, dude, like you said, dude, works his ass out. He's a workhorse.
Yeah, the words you use, though, it would be phony. Like, The Rock was always pulling, the phony cards, saying he's phony, people see through a fake, phony punk bitch, whatever he was saying. It really reminds me of John Jones in UFC. Everybody says John Jones is a phony, he's not real. It's fake. Phony, and the reaction he gets is just like Cena. It's so mixed. I mean, the boos outweigh the cheers, but you could tell he's got that mixed reaction, that mixed opinion people have on him, especially after the UFC 151 cancellation. Before we get into it, did you see the UFC this past weekend?
I did. The prelim card was better than the actual pay-per-view.
Oh yeah, the Matt Hamill fight was atrocious. The Demetrius Johnson, to run it down real quick, won the flyweight title. Bisping beat Stan in decision, and John Jones, Kimura, and Vitor Belfort in the fourth round. But in that first round, Belfort caught him in that armbar, and he fucking ripped his arm up. I mean, nerve damage, they're saying. Maybe, he's fucked up. And, that was the closest Jones ever came to losing. That was shocking.
He almost tapped out, dude. I thought he was going to tap. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was pretty nasty.
He probably should have. His arm would be a lot better if he would have just tapped out.
You know what I know you missed a couple weeks ago was the Sergio Martinez and Julio Chavez Jr. fight, dude. Oh, my God, bro. It was all Sergio Martinez, dude. I mean, he whooped his ass for 11 rounds, dude. And then in the 12th round, out of nowhere, Julio Chavez comes back, dude. And you're like, oh my fucking God, dude, in the 12th round right now? But Sergio wound up winning the fight, dude. But he destroyed him for 11 rounds. But that 12th round was crazy, man. Crazy.
I didn't see the 12th round, but I did see some of it. I was at a pool hall / bar doing drunken karaoke and shit, and they had it on the TV. So I wasn't really watching it.
Yeah.
But I glanced at it a few times. I saw the scorecards. Like, Martinez swept every fucking round on the judges' cards and shit except for the 12th. But,
I heard that.
That was, and it was, supposedly it did, almost 500,000 pay-per-view buys, too, which is shocking. I mean, most people don't even know Sergio Martinez.
That was a big fight, man. Jr. That was a big fight, man. I put it up on the, I got a stream and put it up. And then, as Shamana Sexy in the chat room says, Chavez Jr. failed the drug test after that fight, so pretty crazy.
Marijuana, right?
Yeah, it was pot. It was only pot.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what are you going to do?
Nick Diaz syndrome.
Yeah, right? I mean, come on, dude. It's pot. It's marijuana. I think... 70% of the country's probably smoked pot at one point in their life. Wouldn't you say, dude? 60-70% of the country's probably smoked pot. I can't say that, dude, because there's little
California based since they legalized it or whatever. Everybody's got those medical marijuana cards and shit.
I went to a family party, and my cousin Jill was there, dude. She lives out in California. Just came over from Japan. She was living in Japan, and she says she's got a medical marijuana card. She picks up the phone. She places an order for marijuana, and within 5 to 10 minutes, it's at the door. They deliver it.
They deliver it?
They
you don't
deliver
have to go pick it up?
You call a number and
it's
they
like
deliver
ordering a pizza. You tell them what you want. I want this kind of weed and this kind of, and they deliver it. That's fucking great.
It's like a pizza, dude. You call up, you've got your medical marijuana card, you give them your ID number or whatever it is, you show proof when they show up at the door, and they deliver the pot directly to your door within, she said 5 or 10 minutes, but, I'm sure the average
Hey, that's the world I want to live in, man. That's the world I want to live in.
Right.
I don't even really smoke weed that much, but if I could get it delivered to my door and get that fucking high-quality medical shit, I'll smoke.
Well, that's what I'm saying, dude. It's that medical marijuana, too, dude. So, it's not that swaggy, seedy, stemmy crap, you know what I mean, dude?
Garbage, yeah.
Right? All right, get to our live chat room, guys. WZROnline.com. /chat, WZROnline.com/chat. Lots and lots of people in there tonight. We're going to be doing the rapid fire segment here in hour number 2. You're going to get into Monday Night Raw here. Night of Champions last week wasn't a bad pay-per-view, man. I mean, we didn't get to talk about it last week. Not only that, dude, but we got to, the next couple of weeks, that's why we're having, maybe Dave Bautista next week, Shad Gaspard the following week, Tyson Tomko the week after that. We don't have any pay-per-views. TNA's not till mid-month, I think 15th, 16th, 17th, I don't know, somewhere around there. And then, like the guys in the chat room were saying, October 28th is Hell in the Cell. So we're going to be doing that. We'll take a poll. We'll put a poll up on the website. By the way, I haven't changed the poll from a couple weeks ago. I know I'm lazy. But remember we took that poll? You came up with it, and you said, should Raw have... Let me get the exact... should Raw have continued following the Jerry Lawler incident? And we got a lot of votes in the last couple of weeks. So the poll results for that, 67% said yes, Raw should have continued, and 33% said no. We had 229 votes for yes and 111 for no. So a lot of people said Raw should have continued. But it's after the fact now, you know what I mean? And I'm sure people are still voting. Now that Jerry Lawler's fine, I'm sure everybody's saying, well, of course Raw should have continued. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's easy to say in hindsight, because 2020. But they also look the lack of pay-per-views. UFC, we got another week or two before their next one, and that one, my God, Anderson Silva, Stephen Bonner, who gives a shit? They got fucked on that one. Rampage was supposed to fight. Aldo, Frank Yeager, super fight. Both fell off the main event and co-main event right after the 151 debacle. It's just insanity going on in the MMA world.
It's so
right now.
bad with injuries, dude. It seems like every week somebody gets injured, and it's not prelim guys, dude. It's main event guys. It's top guys that are on the main card. So
it's a shame too. And also, I don't want to go guaranteeing Batista next week. The people offered him to me for the MMA website I have, but I got my guy hitting them back to see if they can schedule it, because he's only available tomorrow. And if my guy said he's only got a certain block of time he can do it. Now, if you're down, saying we can do it whenever, but I'm still waiting to hear back from my guys.
I'm proud of you, by the way.
What was that? Thank you.
Well, for something else that happened in recent weeks. I mean, I know you run an MMA website, and I know you do some things.
I got fired. You want to talk about that?
Did you get fired? Yeah, buddy. That's what I'm talking about. Attaboy. Now you're WZR Army for life, dude. Fuck that other web. We're not going to mention no names, dude, but fuck that. We'll never mention them on here. But Boone was working on a website, a little competition for WZROnline.com, and fuck them, man. You wanted to listen. Well, you wanted to get out of there.
The same thing they've always done. I used to run that site.
Hey,
and then
you wanted out of there. Tell him. You wanted out of there for so long. You used to bitch every single day to me, almost every single day. I can't stand this fucking place, dude. I need out of here, dude. I need out of here, bro. And finally, maybe not the way you wanted to leave, but what are you gonna do, dude? I'm happy for you, dude.
No,
I'm happy.
I really can't afford that loss right now. I'm trying to figure out ways around it. But what they do is they don't fire me because I did something wrong. They fire me and then they rehire me at like half pay, so they can give themselves little raises and bonuses and shit. It's such fucking bullshit. Fucking disgusting.
Politics, baby. It's politics, man. It's politics. You know what I mean? People don't realize, man, on the websites, dude, when we report this, that, and the other thing, there's so many politics involved in reporting on websites and things like that, competition and everything else. That's why I don't compete anymore, dude. I report for my websites and maybe 2 other ones. That's it, man. My website's 2 other ones, EWN and TPWW. You know what I mean, dude? I mean, that's it, dude. Yeah. And I'm happy. I'm content with that. You know what I mean? So
I mean, you can call your own shots, set your own hours, which doesn't matter with you. You'll work 24/7 no matter who you're working for because you're fucking crazy. But it's good now in the sense that no more, because there was a big company, that company I was working for. I mean, they had hundreds of employees and all this and that. Right. Now I work for friends. I work for you, proudly. I work for Mike Shalik, and I work for Brian Ironhouse. All friends, all 3 of you.
Well, that's the way it should be. And I mean, I work for. See, that's the thing with me, dude. I don't report to anybody. You know what I mean? I work for myself, dude. I run my own websites. As long as I'm getting checks in the mail, you know what I'm saying? I'm happy. I'm content with that. So.
I mean, you would always tell me to open my own site and do that. I never fucking did it. Right by now, I could be rich as shit.
No, I mean, nobody tells me what to do. Nobody tells me how to do it. I mean, I have a different philosophy than other people. I could take all my websites and combine it into one website and make it a big one, dude, but it's not. I got a different philosophy as it pertains to that, you know, dude. I feel like a network of websites, then you can run more advertisements in different companies and things like that. I mean, I took all the pop-ups off. Pretty soon I'm going to be taking I have one website, WZR Online's got one pop-up that pops up. We're going to be taking that off for the next couple of weeks anyway, and then I don't run any pop-ups.
That's the other thing with the network of sites versus one monster site. Every website has something different. Like you got the TNA only site, the MMA only site. You got the wrestling site without ads. You got the wrestling site with ads. You got the wrestling site with the interaction. You got the wrestling site with the straight news. Like everything has, and you got the forums. I mean, you got something for everybody on one of those sites. Now, if you combine them all into one site, it's a take it or leave it situation. People don't have the option to say, well, I don't really like this website that much. I'm gonna go to this other one on your network because it's more my style. Like they don't have that option if you combine them.
Right.
You're doing it the right way, I think.
All right, let's get into Monday Night Raw. Right, we'll run that down. Let's do a quick poll, man. What do you? It was a really good show last night, man. Well, let's do a poll real quick on WZROnline.com. What do you want to do this week?
Shit.
Anybody in the chat room? Any ideas for a poll? We're talking about. I mean, there's a rumor that Jeff Hardy might be going back to WWE. We could do something about that. What do you guys think? Kane and somebody in the chat room. Kane and Daniel Bryan's tag team name. Dean Ambrose possibly debuting soon. WWE 13. I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think?
Foley, like, should Mick Foley be a reoccurring character on WWE television?
Well,
I think he should.
You know what?
That promo, my God.
Well, a lot of people are talking about Ryback. Let's do something about Ryback because he's in for a big push. Ryback as a main eventer, yes or no, something like that.
Is Ryback ready for main event status?
All right, is Ryback ready for the main event status? And then we'll just do a simple yes and a no. We'll do a yes and a no. Is Ryback ready for the main event status? All right, we'll put that up. That is now up on WZROnline.com. Just go to WZROnline.com. Right-hand side of the website, there's a poll underneath the shout box. Go there. You can vote. Is Ryback ready for the main event? Yes or no are your options. And then by the end of the show, we'll let you guys know what the results are. WZROnline.com for the poll. Alright, here we go. Monday Night Raw. Albany, New York, man. The Times Union Center right here in Albany. I didn't make it down there. I had my father here from Colorado, trying to spend a lot of time with him, and just going through some personal issues that I'm not going to get into, you know what I mean? But it was a good show, dude. I mean, we had the big surprise with Mick Foley coming back last night. That was kind of cool. I knew that, I put up on Facebook, there was an autograph signing at Wolf's 111 over on Wolf Road, and they had Tito Santana was there, Brutus the Barber Beefcake was there, Kerry Runnels was there, and who's the other one? Tony Atlas.
I don't know.
Tony Atlas was the other one. So all four of them were in town. I'm not sure if they were backstage at Raw. So when they went to that break and they said, we've got a surprise coming up next, I said, well, all those guys are in town, and I'm guessing that, knowing that Monday Night Raw was in town, that they would show up backstage. I don't know if they were there or not, but it turned out to be Mick Foley, which was an even bigger surprise because it wasn't any of those four that I had just mentioned. But
oh, yeah. Any of those four would have been a letdown as a surprise. It would have been a who gives a shit kind of situation. Mick Foley, though, great surprise, great promo, still makes me scratch my head. Why do they not? They got him under contract. Why the hell did they not use this guy more? Could you imagine getting a Foley promo like that every week?
Yeah.
Forget about it.
Yeah, that was a great promo, man. We had Paul Heyman come out. There was no pyro or anything like that. They had Paul Heyman and CM Punk. CM Punk was sitting in a chair in the middle of the ring, and basically Paul Heyman is here, and he's going to hold the show up. And we're not going to do anything until the referee comes out from last week, because the previous week there was a match where CM Punk had his foot on the rope and the referee counted to 3. CM Punk wound up getting the loss. So they bring out this, he's actually a wrestler, or was formerly a wrestler from FCW. Brad Maddox is his name. So he comes to the ring, right? And Heyman, wants him to admit his mistake from the previous week and demanded, the guy comes out and he admits his mistake, and then Heyman says, well, I appreciate that, but I want you to resign. I want you to quit.
Yeah, they told him he wanted him to admit his mistake, apologize for it, and tender his resignation. And that's when they did a lot of the spoof on the NFL referee situation. They had the blindfold with the WWE logo and the NFL logo, and he mentioned the scab and all this and that, so they were taking shots at the NFL, making jokes there. And like you said, he asked him to admit his mistake. They showed him the replay of the foot on the rope. Admit your mistake, apologize, tender your resignation. He admitted his mistake, he apologized, wouldn't tender his resignation. CM Punk got in his face, started talking shit. I brought out AJ skipping her sexy little ass down to the ring.
Well, he calls AJ like an idiot general manager or something like that, dude. And then that's what eventually brought her out, like you said, dude. She came down skipping this, that, and the other thing. And Punk
kind of said he knew why she had beef with him, and they replayed the video from a couple months ago where she got on her knee and proposed to Punk, and then Punk said, "Tell everybody how from personal experience behind closed doors, why I'm the best in the world." I thought that was a funny fucking line. And
right.
And then Heyman got on his knee and tried to propose to her. She smacked him, and that was pretty much that.
It's a good opening segment, dude. I mean, Paul Heyman on the microphone is always gold. He was a little bit off last night, though. Didn't you think, man? Heyman on the mic last night?
I thought he was on his game. But, he's got to work with the material they give him.
Right.
And I think Heyman and Punk as a duo, mwah, fucking beautiful, man. You gotta love it.
Oh, it's definitely awesome, dude. I mean, CM Punk doesn't need a mouthpiece anyways, dude. But when you put them together, dude, it's gold. Well, you know what I mean?
It's clear why they're doing it. I mean, they're putting them together to get them the heel heat. I mean, they have them fucking with legends: Jerry Lawler, Mick Foley, Bret Hart. I mean, they have them taking cheap shots at the local town, Albany, the dump. They got them having Heyman with the disgusting heat fact. They're just trying to get him over as a top heel as opposed to that tweener kind of reaction.
Hey, you've
done a great job transitioning into heel.
You've lived in Albany, right? I mean, you've been here for a couple of years. You've lived up here. When CM Punk called Albany a dump, come on, dude, he's right on, right? I mean, Albany's a fucking dump. It's a dump, dude. It's a fucking shithole.
Yeah, we lived in downtown Albany, right in the heart of the city.
We lived 4 or 5 blocks away from the Times Union Center. We were right there. We could walk to it. We walked.
Yeah,
and
the fucking Capitol building was right behind our apartment and shit. Like, we lived in the heart of the city, and it was still a fucking shitbox.
There you go, Scotch Dog in the chat. He must be a local. Henry Johnson Boulevard. There you go, buddy. Runs right through Arbor Hill. Runs right through Arbor Hill, man. Arbor Hill, the heart of Albany, dude. God, that's like, you know how every city has their, you know, it's like their fucking projects and everything. Henry Johnson Boulevard, dude. Good Lord, dude. That's Arbor Hill.
How about Clinton Avenue?
Well, that's what happened. Well, no. Henry Johnson Boulevard runs right into Clinton Avenue. If you go straight on Henry Johnson, takes you through Arbor Hill, and then it runs into Clinton Avenue. So it's all in the same neighborhood, dude. It's all the same block.
While
you know
we're
what I
talking
mean?
Albany, we gotta represent Dove Street. That's where it all fucking happened, man. Dove Street, baby.
They had a Larkfest last weekend.
Did they? Is the live going on right now?
No, you know what they did? You know what they did, man? You can no longer bring beers into Tulip Fest. You can no longer bring beers into Live at 5. You have to pay for beers when you get there.
What the fuck is a Live at 5?
And then and then this year, the only place that you could bring your own beers into was Larkfest, and they banned it there too, dude. They banned it there too.
That's bullshit, man. A Live at 5 was an excuse for the entire city to get in public and get drunk. And the beautiful thing is, you know how when you're drinking, you like to listen to oldies music because it's just fucking the right mood, mood music. I remember the fucking Temptations, bro. Motown's finest. The Temptations.
They were there for free.
Were live.
For free.
Yeah, two fucking feet away from us. So we're sitting there getting drunk in public with all our buddies, and the fucking Temptations are doing Build Me Up Buttercup and Sugar Pie Honey Bunch and all that shit right in front of us.
Yeah, man.
Great. They're telling me they banned alcohol from it? What the fuck are they doing?
And dude, the 3 main festivals, dude. You got Live at 5. Live at 5 is every Thursday night. Everybody goes down to the park and they have free music. You know what I mean? They banned the bringing your own beer there, dude. They banned it from Tulip Fest, dude. And now they banned it from Lark Fest. It's unbelievable, dude. Anyways,
that's crazy.
Let's get back to Monday Night Raw. We'll skip the backstage segments. We had Dolph Ziggler and Kofi Kingston. I'll tell you what, dude. This was a great match, dude. Yeah, man. I mean, they're limited on time. They don't have to be, dude. You've got 3 hours on Monday Night Raw, but you know how Raw matches are. You only get 5 or 6 minutes per match, if that. You know what I mean? But from what they were given, dude, I mean, that was a great match. Before the match, they had Vicky Guerrero came out, right, and R-Truth splashed some water on her face or something like that, and then everybody got ejected. R-Truth was ejected, Vicky was ejected, and then
they left it just for Ziggler and Kingston, and A, it was pay-per-view quality caliber match. That's how good it was, and B, how good was it? Fucking Jim Ross, who we forgot to mention, was filling in for Lawler, so he got to call the show with Michael Cole. But Jim Ross, it was so damn good. He got so into it, he slipped up and called it the main event, and it was the opening match of the show. That's how fucking good the match was.
I saw that. I heard that, dude. And you know what, dude? Yeah. Michael Cole's from around here in Albany, dude. Dude, he mentioned, you know, when you're watching TV, dude, right, and they mention your hometown, you're like, no, yeah, dude, they're mentioning Albany. I've put Albany in so many posts on the website. Raw was in Albany. If you didn't know Raw was in Albany last night from reading by the websites, you ain't reading, dude, because almost every post has got Albany, New York. I'm trying to do it for the cheap pop, you know what I mean? I got to put it inside the post. I got to write them up.
You always put your studio. I remember when it was still the Pepsi Arena, we would go all the time and talk to our people there live at the show and shit, but when we would do the coverage, it's the only time you would, in the title of the fucking article, put where the location of the Raw was. Any other Raw, it's just, live Raw coverage, whatever. Yeah. Anytime it's in Albany, it's live Raw coverage from Albany, New York. You always got to you're repping your city, man. You got to. It's home.
Oh, dude, and it's all over the website, too, man. It's all over the website now. In the titles, inside the post. It was in Albany, New York last night, but Michael Cole kept mentioning Albany over and over and over again, and I'm like, buddy, no doubt. Punk did it, and who else? Jerry Lawler mentioned it, said, I'd love to be there.
He was there and all, yeah.
All right, I'm sorry, I'm talking with somebody on AIM here. Anyway, so back to Monday Night. So it was a great match, dude. Ziggler wound up winning with the zigzag, right? And that was that. We had, you know what they did? They were at a diner. I think it was over on Wolf Road, which is right near the airport. So I'm sure as soon as these guys got off the plane,
you didn't recognize the diner they were at? You didn't tell?
There was a big parking lot in the back, dude, and I think that was Kmart, dude, over on Wolf Road. It's right near the airport, so I think that's where they were. They were at a diner over there. But they did the segments, you know, with Dr. Shelby, Daniel Bryan. And Kane were in there. Mae Young made an appearance later in the show. You know, she had that one-liner.
Oh yeah, they did the when Harry Met Sally shit where they're having the orgasm and I'll have what they're having. You know, whatever the fuck from that movie.
Is that where it was, Scotch Dog? It was the Colony Diner. It's right there on Central and Central. Well, it's Central and Wolf Road. I think is where it was. He seems to know. Scotch Dog.
That's a different city, ain't it?
Well, it's right near the Albany Airport's in Colony, so I'm pretty sure they were right there. When they got off the airplane, they probably told them to go over to the diner, you know, the Colony Diner. So yeah, it was right there on Central and Wolf. So, and they had Mae Young there. You know, she did the one-liner, I want what they're having, or something like that. I mean, some of those skits were funny, dude. A couple of them, but then you get the corniness involved too, you know. But I thought, for the most part, I mean, they were better than the anger management segments that we had seen in recent weeks. You know what I mean? They were much better than those.
There's too many of them, and they're too. It's whatever. I mean, it is whatever.
We had the primetime players defeated Santino Marella and Zack Ryder. This was quick, you know what I mean, dude? It's like the jobs that Santino Marella and Zack Ryder, two guys that I have said time and time
again. Two mid-carders that are fucking disgusted in the company right now. Those are two of the top fucking guys right there.
And what better way to keep them happy than job them out, right? Santino took the pin, right? What was it? Titus hit the what's the finisher? The Sky High, I think they call it, and then covered Santino for the win. So that was that. And then, you know, they hyped up a big surprise, you know, going to the break, and then when we came back, you had the Crash music hit that we played. I don't have it up right now. I don't have it saved. But Mick Foley's theme hit, and out he came. And I thought he was out there to plug a children's book. And even CM Punk brought that up in the promo. What are you here for? To plug a children's book? Blah 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 blah. And
I did a little flash on the screen. It's called Deluxe. I know that, and I wouldn't have known it without his appearance. So they did plug it, but he didn't mention it in his promo, so that was good.
Right, he was out there, you know, and he wants to know why CM Punk isn't the guy that he used to be, and then that's kind of the cue for CM Punk to come out. He grabs a mic, and they go back and forth, dude. And this was great, dude. This is probably one of the highlights of the night between these two. Yeah, I mean, Foley really got into it on the microphone too. You know, screaming into the mic. I mean, it was good, dude.
Yeah, it's the thing where he takes like a thread of reality, he weaves it into his promo, and then he can get really passionate about it because he believes what he's saying, which is really a lost art in wrestling. A lot of guys just say they're scripted promos, and there's no emotion in it because the guys don't feel it. Foley was able to feel what he was saying, and anytime he's able to do that, he's easily one of the best talkers in history. I mean, because he's so goddamn passionate about what he's talking about. And great. I mean, do you want to talk statistics? Do you want to talk moments? You know, you want to be a legend or do you want to be a stat? You know, it was fucking brilliant. It was beautifully done. Punk was, you know, he was on his game. Those two shooting back and forth. Gotta love it, man. I don't know why they have Foley under contract and don't use him more. It boggles my fucking mind.
I forgot to tell you guys earlier, SmackDown's in Buffalo, New York. There's a guy named Dean that's usually in the chat room. I think there's two Deans in there. We got the Dino from the UK that's always in there, but there's another guy named Dean that's in there. He's from Buffalo, New York. He's at the SmackDown tapings tonight. I think he's going to call us in hour number 2. He's going to be live from inside the arena. So I don't know, you know, I sent him a text. He sent me a text earlier today, and I said, you know, call up for WZR Radio. And I don't know. If he remembers, he'll call up in hour number 2, I'm guessing. So we may have a correspondent here calling in from the SmackDown tapings in Buffalo here. So see what happens.
Big Show versus Randy Orton, huh?
Big Show and Ray, yeah, that's the main event. Look at you, man, watching Monday Night Raw last night. Know what the SmackDown main event is? Yeah.
For a fucking 3-hour show, it was so good. I mean, it was long as hell. That's the first time I watched it since they went 3 hours.
Right.
But I would say, without having seen the other shows, that's got to be the best show they've done since they switched to 3 hours.
It
didn't feel like 3 hours.
Definitely since they've been to 3 hours, dude, it's been the best show, and it's actually been the best show in months and months and months, man. And then, they had the big game, the big NFL game. I got this moth flying around. I don't know, he must have snuck in here through an open window. But, anyways,
irritating, man.
It's very annoying, dude. I'm gonna get him here during the break, dude. We're gonna smack him up.
They like lights, so they're always flying right in front of your monitor.
Look at Reggie. Reggie got him. Get him, Reg. Get him, Reg. Oh, Reggie gonna get him. Get him,
dude,
buddy. Get him.
When I went to Tampa, I got to see my fucking dog, Rocky. I miss that dog so bad, dude. You have no idea. My son, man, my furry black son.
You should have seen that.
See him and,
he landed, my little moth landed on the garbage can. Reggie sneaks up from behind and says, "You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. I'm gonna get you, motherfucker." And then he took off. Reggie was stealth mode, dude, and then it went up and he had to sniff it out, dude. So when he went to sniff it, the moth took off and Reggie couldn't catch him. So we're gonna get him during the break, though. Me and Reggie take care of that motherfucker. Alright, let's get back to Raw, dude. We had, are you here? You still here? All right.
I was letting you tell your mom story.
We had Ryback. The CM Punk Foley promo was awesome, dude. I mean, that was great. It was probably the highlight of the night, right? We have Ryback and The Miz, dude. They just started this program last week. I thought they were going to do it on a pay-per-view. You know what I mean? By the way, I think they're doing Miz TV. Dean sent me a text earlier. They've got the whole set over at SmackDown. So I think we're going to see Miz TV this week on SmackDown. We'll see if he calls an hour number 2. But they started this feud with Miz and Ryback last week, and I thought they were going to do a pay-per-view match. You know what I mean? But they did it last night. They rushed right into it on Monday Night Raw, and the reason for that is probably because they did that whole main event angle last night where Raw went off the air with, Ryback grunting and snorting and doing his thing, you know what I mean? So they kind of got that program out of the way. We had Ryback, of course, got the win, dude, still undefeated. And that was that. I mean, Miz got a little offense in the early part of the match, but it was a squash after that. Ryback quickly took over.
Ryback, it's such a Goldberg ripoff. It's blatant. I mean, they tried it with Brock Lesnar. They tried it with these guys, but I mean, the guy looks just like him. He wrestles just like him. They're doing the same streak shit with him. The squashes. It's stupid, man. Be original. Goddamn.
Well, you know what else, dude? Shad Gaspard's going to come on here, dude. You have no idea how pissed he is with the primetime players. I mean, listen. Primetime.
Well, he talked about it when we interviewed him. Yeah, that's basically a crime timer.
You got
crime time.
Crime time, and now Primetime and their promos are doing millions of dollars. We got millions of dollars. The money. Yeah. It's the same exact thing as Crime Time. Every single time I talk to Shad, and it's a couple times a week, he goes off on this rant about Primetime. Did you see Primetime on Raw this week, bro? I saw him, dude. Yo, he's so pissed, dude. He gets so pissed.
Well, we interviewed him. We straight up asked him, are they a fucking Primetime ripoff? And I think he was trying to be diplomatic on the air. He didn't want to talk too much shit, but you could tell there was tension in there.
When I talked to him, dude,
you get the real Shad, not the I'm on the air, let me be a fucking politician.
He is fuck this, fuck that, fuck them, blah 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 blah. Oh, dude, it's funny to listen to him. Hopefully he comes on here. I'm gonna have him open up and say, listen, just go on. Tell the fans of WZR Radio what you tell me on the telephone about Primetime, dude. You guys would die, dude. It's every single time. See Primetime on Raw this week? Yeah, dude. We had yeah, dude, he's not a fan. We had Wade Barrett and Tyson Kidd. Jim Ross put over Tyson Kidd here. Said, don't sleep on Tyson Kidd. I mean, a lot of people are big fans of Tyson Kidd. But I don't know. He got jobbed out again, right? Of course, he's in there with Wade Barrett. So Tyson Kidd's not going to pick up a win against Wade Barrett, who returned, just a couple weeks ago. You know what I mean? So we had that. It was pretty much a squash. Only lasted for a couple minutes, and then that was that, dude. You know what? We got to take a commercial break, dude. That came up pretty quick, man.
Yeah, it did.
I got to. I'll put up the rapid fire segment right now.
So what he wants you to do is log on to Facebook.com/Ryan Clark WZR. That's Facebook.com/Ryan Clark WZR. Once you get to the top post, we'll ask your rapid-fire questions and comments. Keep them brief. One line or two, this way we can get through as many as we can. We will answer them in a rapid-fire format, a style, if you will. This is why we call it the rapid-fire. Coincidence? I think not. Facebook.com/Ryan Clark WZR.
Boy, I hate when people tag me in photos. You know what I mean? They tag me in these fucking
annoying.
photos. Oh, dude,
how about when they invite you to the fucking games they play on Facebook? I get 20 of those a day, even on my personal one.
Well, I
don't want to play your stupid Facebook game. Leave me alone.
I've got, right now on Facebook, I've got 879 messages, right, or notifications. 879 notifications, and I've got 474 inboxes. I never read any of the inbox, things that I get on here. There's just way too many, but whatever. The things always blink in red, and the notifications pop up on the bottom left. God, it's so annoying. Anyways, so we're going to a quick commercial break. I guess we'll play Jerry Lawler, right? Because we're going to be talking about that in hour number 2. So the promo, it's about 5 minutes long, and then maybe we'll play a song or two for you. Just one song after that, and I don't know. We'll go from there. So here's Jerry Lawler's return to Monday Night Raw via satellite. He was in Memphis, Tennessee. We're here in Albany, New York, and this is what he said. You're listening.
Albany plug.
Another Albany plug, baby. You're listening to WZR Radio with Matt Boone and Ryan Clark. We'll be back right after this on WZR Radio, Tuesday night, September 25th, 2012. Jerry the King Lawler, man, coming back on Monday Night Raw last night, live from Albany, New York, at the Times Union Center. Albany, New York, the Times Union Center.
Oh, that's good.
At the Times Union Center, Albany, New York. That's Albany, New York.
Pepsi Arena.
Formerly the Pepsi Arena, in Albany, New York. The Times Union Center.
Where?
Albany, New York.
The capital of New York?
Capital of New York, Albany.
Oh, shit.
No
Albany.
shit. Albany, New York, baby.
ALB.
ALB. Initials for
The 518.
the 518 Albany. 518 Albany.
Yeah,
Represent. Anyways, so
Albany.
and I'm live right now from
Troy.
Albany, New York. Oh, come on.
Oh, you're in Albany.
No, I'm in Waterville. I'm actually in Colony right now, so what are you going to do? Anyways, so...
Oh, damn.
Well, hot damn. So, we left off with, we had Wade Barrett and Tyson Kidd, pretty much a squash match. Cracked open a beer, dude. I got a 6-pack in the fridge. Got the Smackdown tapings. I got to put up the Raw rating, here in just a little bit when we go off the air. So, on the Saturday morning slam, Superstars.
Tuesday night beer near Albany.
Just a couple beers.
Me yesterday had a little bit of whiskey, and then, believe it or not, as much as I think it's disgusting, it was free, so I drank it.
A little bit
of wine.
A little bit of what?
A little wine.
You said
a little bit of wine.
You said a little bit of husky.
I said whiskey.
Whiskey?
Whiskey, dude. I was just saying it in a funny way. Whiskey.
Ah, funny joke there, buddy. Whiskey.
If you didn't make me explain it, it would have been cute at least.
It wasn't.
Albany prick.
It wasn't cute at all, dude. But whatever.
What kind of prick are you?
I'm an Albany, New York prick.
You're an Albany, New York prick. A 518 prick, a near Colony prick, a Raw Monday night in Albany Times Center, formerly Pepsi Arena prick. Albany.
WZR Radio is broadcasting right now, live from Albany, New York. Anyways, so we left off with
here in Orange Park, Florida.
Crazy Roller 77 in the chat room. Are you by any chance in Albany?
Well, that's a good question.
Are you? I'm in Albany, New York.
Oh, that's not funny at all, by the way. I'm trying to make a little joke about it.
So we left off. We left off with Wade Barrett basically squashing Tyson Kidd, and then they went to a commercial break. They came back from that, and Michael Cole was in the ring, and that's what you guys just heard. Jerry Lawler came back, returned to Monday Night Raw in Albany, New York last night, and I mean that was a good segment, right? Lawler comes back, and dude, he did the cheap pop, right? You heard it for Albany. Last night. So I mean, that was it. Was
I didn't like. I noticed that. I'm assuming they're selling them, unless somebody just had an old shirt or something. But they showed a shot of a fan in the audience with a black T-shirt with a gold crown. It said "Long live the King." So they're trying to profit.
You know what? You know what? We don't know the full story behind that. I mean, Vince McMahon was the one behind the T-shirts, and I'm guessing. I mean, number one, all WWE superstars and talents and announcers, they get a profit from the sale of T-shirts and merchandise and everything else. So I'm guessing.
Go into that a little bit, because you actually, some of your sources have specific information where, like, John Cena gets this amount percentage, and then they say guys like, I don't know, Zack Ryder, you say he gets like 1% of his merchandise? That's bullshit.
They told me 1 or 2%, but I'm thinking it's more like less.
Damn.
I'm thinking it's less than 10%. We'll go with less than 10%. But I mean, listen, Vince McMahon
Cena gets like a 50-50 split, don't he?
He gets 47%. Cena does on all merchandise.
Damn.
And plus, he makes a killing anyways, dude. In addition to merchandise,
like he needs it.
Right? But I mean, listen, it was Vince McMahon's idea. We put that up on the website to come up with that T-shirt, and they're selling it. And listen, Jerry's not. I mean, it's WWE. Of course, they're gonna try to make a buck off everything. But I'm guessing. I mean, this is just. I mean, there's a lot of hospital bills and things like that come along with a guy suffering a heart attack being in a hospital. Who knows?
Well, I'm pretty sure WWE has to cover that anyway, since it happened on their show, and then I'm pretty sure that they would be covering the surgeries and all that.
I'm sure that Jerry's getting a very good percentage of the the Long Live the King T-shirts. I'm sure he's getting something like 60 or 70%. I mean, WWE's going to make a little profit off of it, but and they shouldn't. They really shouldn't. I mean, WWE already makes enough money that they don't need to take a profit off of it, but they're all about business, you know what I mean? So they're going to profit off it.
I'm sure Lawler appreciates the fact that he's getting some extra coin, and not even just the money. It's like his merchandise is now popular, so that's cool. He likes that. But
damn,
making money. They got that new deal with Hulu Plus. They just made millions on that. Where they have Raw and SmackDown on a 24-hour delay on the Hulu Plus service.
Well, let me ask you this: do you feel that should WWE be profiting off something like that? I mean, listen, it's not all WWE profiting. You know what I mean? I'm sure. I mean, maybe it's like a 50% deal where Jerry gets 50%, WWE gets 50%. But do you feel that's the right thing to do? Or no?
That's a good poll question right there. But yeah, because even if Lawler's cool with it, the fact is they're capitalizing on a tragedy to make a buck, which is bullshit. But at the same time, I'm sure Lawler appreciates the extra money, the extra notoriety with people wearing his merchandise and shit. But still, it is gross to try and capitalize off a tragedy to make money.
Right, and I mean, think about it. If the guy died, they obviously wouldn't be selling a T-shirt, "Long Live the King."
I hope not.
Obviously
not. Rest in peace Lawler T-shirt or something.
Right. No, of course not, dude. They're not going to do something like that. But like you said, dude, Jerry Lawler's getting a little extra cash in his pocket from it, and WWE is also profiting. I mean, I would say if you're going to do it, if you're going to make a Long Live the King T-shirt, give Jerry 100% of the profits for everything that T-shirt makes. You're already a
or donate it to like a heart attack charity or something.
You're already a multi-million-dollar company. It's not like you need. It's not like you need the cash. You know what I'm saying, dude? So just give Jerry 100% of the profits, or like you said, give Jerry 50% of the profits and take the other 50% and donate it to heart attack studies or something like that, some sort of charity. Or not even a charity, but a medical research department or something like that deals with heart attacks. You know what I mean? So
that would be the classic move. But God forbid Vince McMahon and Classic, they don't go on the same set. I mean, they're paying back all these. They have Linda McMahon personally giving people checks for millions of dollars, that they owed for fucking 30 years or whatever because she's running for Senate and all that bullshit. But I brought up the Hulu thing, the Hulu Plus deal they just acquired. Mm-hmm. Do you think that kills the I'll word it the way you worded it. Let me ask you this question, Mr. Ryan Clark from Albany, New York. Do you think that the Hulu Plus deal kind of end the WWE Network plans, or are they still going to go forward with the WWE Network? Like, what do you think is going on there?
They're going to go through with the WWE Network. I mean, some people feel that's never going to get off the ground anyways, and they're thinking about closer to WrestleMania 29 in 2013 anyways for a launch of that network. It's not going to be until 2013. There's no doubt about that. And the right time...
WrestleMania, even if they do the network, WrestleMania wouldn't be part of it. That would be the one thing they, no matter what, would keep on pay-per-view. That's what I heard, at least.
Well, the idea is where WWE, I mean, every single year, WWE's at its most popular point come WrestleMania. Everybody's tuning in to find out what's going to happen. And that would be the time to start advertising, hey, the network's going to debut on this date when WWE's at its peak come WrestleMania. The question remains whether they can get everything up and running and ready to go by WrestleMania 13, and it's been pushed back. I mean, they were talking about before or in 2013, WrestleMania 29 in 2013, but they were talking about doing it before WrestleMania 28 in 2012, and now we're in September of 2012, months past WrestleMania.
Oh my God, they filmed footage for the Legends out. They filmed footage for shows. They were airing commercials for the WWE Network.
Yeah.
I mean, it was ready to go, and then they delayed it or whatever. But it's a separate issue. Like, okay, even if it's ready, like you said, the best time to promote it would be WrestleMania week or month, whatever the fuck in 2013. But I don't think they would ever put WrestleMania on that network. I mean, that would be a guaranteed way to get people to subscribe. But without the WrestleMania as part of it. Well, what's the big lure? I mean, how are they going to convince?
You know what
I heard? The number they would need 1 million subscribers to break even with the cost it would cost to launch that network. And I don't think 1 million people are subscribed. I mean, I don't think they had 1 million WWE 24/7 on demand people. And how is this any different?
Right.
I don't know.
You know what I think they're doing with Hulu Plus? I mean, listen, it's Hulu Plus where you have to pay for that, man. I mean, there's the free Hulu site, and then there's Hulu Plus where you've got to pay a subscription fee. And I think what's going to wind up happening is, Santino Marella's Foreign Exchange and WWE Download with Dolph Ziggler and Superstars Toys, all those videos that we constantly post that are put up on YouTube. I think they're going to transfer all of those to Hulu Plus, and you're going to have to pay to get those videos. You're going to have to get an account, give Hulu Plus a couple dollars, and then they're going to split profits with WWE, and those videos are no longer going to be free. So, everything's going to be bumped off YouTube.
They'll have Raw up every Tuesday. They'll have Smackdown up every Saturday. 24 and Superstars. And then after every show airs the next day, it'll be on Hulu Plus. And like you said, it's not free. I mean, Hulu Plus is a pay service. I think it's like $8, $10, something like that for a subscription per month.
Well,
who the fuck's going to pay $10 for reruns of Raw every week?
That's the idea, dude. If they take everything off YouTube and they put it on Hulu Plus, how many people are going to sign up for Hulu Plus to continue watching shows like WWE Download? Then they'll get an idea. No, listen. Then they'll get an idea. They'll get an idea of how many people are actually going to pay to watch the WWE product, and then that'll give them a better idea of when and if the network launches, how many people have paid to watch this stuff through Hulu Plus. Would they also be willing to pay for the WWE Network? So basically what I think is going to happen, they're going to take everything off YouTube. They're going to put it on Hulu Plus. They're going to make people sign up for Hulu Plus. They're going to get an idea of how many people will pay for the WWE product. And then when and if the WWE Network launches, they'll take everything off Hulu Plus, or they'll keep it on there, but they'll put that on the WWE Network as well. And then they'll, it's basically a test to see how many people will pay for the WWE product.
It'll give them projections that they can, and then they can try and parallel it to the network. But the two questions I had, one was how long are these WWE downloads, Santino's Foreign Exchange? They're only a few minutes long, right? So you're paying $10 for like a little clip. And then the big difference between that and the network is the network would have the pay-per-views. They would have original programming like Legends House, like real shows, reality shows. That's real programming. Fucking the WWE downloads and Foreign Exchanges, it's a couple minutes long. Nobody's paying, so it's not. They're not going to get a good projection on how many people are willing to pay for the WWE product based on this deal, because they're not offering anything people would be willing to pay for.
Think about this though: if they let's say the WWE Network launches, all right, and you're going to pay, if they make it originally they were trying to do it free. Like Oprah does with her own network, you know what I mean? I mean, you can turn on channel 37 or whatever it is right now, man, and it's right there. It's for free. And no cable providers wanted to pick that up and air it for free. So then they were talking about a subscription-based thing where it'd be like an HBO or a Showtime where you pay $10 or $15 or Howard Stern on demand, whatever. You know what I mean? So they would, if the WWE Network launches and they had you pay $10 or $15 a month. Think about it. You're paying $30 or $40, $39.99 for a pay-per-view, and if you were paying $15 a month, you would get a pay-per-view and you'd get additional content like WWE downloads, so it'd be worth it in the long run if you were interested in watching WWE pay-per-views. Then the question remains, how many WWE pay-per-views would they put on the network? Would it be every single month they're going to put a pay-per-view on the network? Well, no, they're not going to do that.
And the other question is how much, as far as business is concerned, okay, it's $50 to order a WWE pay-per-view. If you order that entire channel and it's $15 and you get the pay-per-view for $15 instead of $50, how many subscriptions would they need to make up the money they're going to lose?
Right,
by,
but you're not. They would
giving away $50 pay-per-views for $15 instead.
No. They would
all the costs to take to shoot first-run programs like Legends House and shit. There's production costs there too, millions of dollars.
Say you pay $15 for the WWE Network, right? $15 per month, right? I would say every 2 or 3 months you would get a free pay-per-view, added on. So it wouldn't be every single month because they'd lose a ton of money off pay-per-view buy rates. But if you pay for the WWE Network, $15 a month or whatever it is, and you get a lot of content and things like that, and then every 3 months or so, 4 pay-per-views a year or something like that.
I'm sure they would save the big four: SummerSlam, Royal Rumble, Survivor Series, WrestleMania. Those wouldn't be part of the network, but I'm pretty sure all the other B pay-per-views would be on there.
Well, I don't think all the other B pay-per-views would be on there. Because
how would you decide which ones go on and which ones don't? I mean, there's no differential between No Way Out and Hell in a Cell.
They could do it every 3 months or something like that. You know what I mean, dude? Where you're going to get, if you sign up for the network, you're going to get the month, you're going to get the May pay-per-view for free, you're going to get the September pay-per-view for free, something like that. You know what I mean, dude? But it's not going to be every single month because they'd lose a ton of money off pay-per-view buy rates, and it wouldn't be worth it. You know what I mean? You're definitely not going to get free pay-per-views. Not free pay-per-views, because you'd still be paying $15 a month.
Very discounted, And speaking for my own as a fan, I'll tell you right now, if they did those fucking Legends of Wrestling roundtables every fucking week on that network, and Legends House, and the pay-per-views for $15 instead of $50, I would order it. And I'm not even a real hardcore fan of wrestling anymore, but that kind of shit, I would pay to see. I'd pay $15 to have that channel. Absolutely.
Right. Get to our live chat room, guys. WZROnline.com. /chat, WZROnline.com/chat. Here's what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to run down the Saturday Morning Slam, the Superstars, and the Smackdown spoilers, which are in progress right now from Buffalo, New York. If you don't want to hear them, turn your speakers down for about 5 minutes, and then we'll come back. Here we go for, actually, the dark match at the Smackdown tapings. It was Johnny Curtis defeated Michael McGillicuddy. For Saturday Morning Slam, Sin Cara defeated a masked luchador. Don't know who that was, but Sin Cara got a good reaction. Pretty fast-paced match, and Sin Cara got the win with a top rope splash. And Daniel Bryan.
Where's the cheap plug at, dude?
What's that?
Sin Cara losing his mask on Raw. Where can you see photos of it? Cheap plug time. Maybe do it.
That's right. He lost his mask last night on Monday Night Raw during that match with Alberto Del Rio. Actually, it was a tag team match, but Matty B put up a photo earlier. Matty B put up a photo earlier today. WZROnline.com/photos. You can go over there right now and check it out. It's actually a really clear photo that a fan. Is there 2 of them? No doubt.
Yeah, there's 2. I put 2 of them up there.
All right, no doubt. Go to WZROnline.com/photos for that. It's a really clear photo where you can see what he looks like. And then in the second, in the second Saturday Morning Slam match, it's a big one, man. Daniel Bryan appeared on the show and defeated Tyson Kidd. Loud yes chants to as Daniel Bryan made his entrance. During the match, Daniel Bryan tried to leave, and Kane's pyro and music hit, and he came out, got a huge pop. Bryan did pretty much an airplane spin kick to Tyson Kidd, and, spun around and around and around for like a minute straight. And after it was over, he was dizzy. And Tim O'Brien was all dizzy and crossed his legs and sat down in the ring and was doing the whole fumbling thing, you know what I mean? And Kane was on the ramp at this point. And after the match, Kane came down and took the title belts and celebrated, saying, I'm the tag team champion, blah, 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 blah. Then,
I gotta say, Daniel Bryan, Tyson Kidd, that sounds like a damn good match.
Sounds like
if you're awake Saturday morning, check that shit out.
Sounds like a really good match on paper. For WWE Superstars, we had Layla defeated Eve Torres. Layla won the match by pinfall. Dolph Ziggler then defeated Kofi Kingston in a rematch from Monday Night Raw last night.
Superstars?
That was on Superstars this week, man. It's gonna air. Yeah, I know, dude. God, they had a great match.
Dolph Ziggler on Superstars? What?
Man, you know what I mean? Ouch, dude. Ouch. And then for WWE Smackdown, this is what we got so far. The Big Show came out, cut a promo. Said that he wants the WWE Championship. Randy Orton comes out, got a big pop. Alberto Del Rio and Ricardo Rodriguez come out. All three want a match against Sheamus for the WWE title. So basically, they're all out there arguing, saying, I want the shot at the world title. Orton RKO's Del Rio. And then all three guys ended up leaving the ring. We had Antonio Cesaro defeated Santino Marella to retain the U.S. title. Beth Phoenix defeated Natalya. It's interesting they're having Beth Phoenix get wins. It's kind of odd. Eve Torres came out and announced that Beth Phoenix has been indefinitely suspended per an investigation into the Caitlyn situation from Night of Champions. Booker T comes out and immediately reverses the suspension. Eve Torres then goes on to blame Teddy Long and made Booker T wonder whether he can actually trust Teddy Long or not. And then we had Wade Barrett pinned poor Zack Ryder via pinfall. So that's where we're at WWE SmackDown right now. God, Zack Ryder jobbed out. You know what I mean? Ouch, man.
That just goes to show, if you speak up, what happens?
You get jobbed out, man. It's the way it works.
Get jobbed out.
Caller, you're live on WZR Radio. What's up?
Guys, how are you? Great show. I'm loving it.
Thank you, man. How you doing? Turn your speakers down real quick, man.
Sure.
Awesome.
Guys, I have a couple on your mind, brother, quick.
Go ahead, dude.
All right. The first question is, do you guys think we'll ever see a rematch from WrestleMania 6 between Hulk Hogan and the Warrior?
Oh man, no.
In the WWE?
No, dude, Hogan's in real bad shape, man. First of all, I don't think Warrior's ever going to be back in WWE, especially not an in-ring competitor. Maybe the Hall of Fame at some point, but no, dude. And then as far as Hogan, dude, Hogan can barely work a match. I mean, there was talk about having him do something at Bound for Glory, but it would be like a 4-on-4 or a 6-on-6 tag team match, even an 8-on-8, where it'd be like Hogan and Sting and a couple other guys against the Aces and Eights, you know what I mean? But Hogan,
he has to come up with a new finisher too. He can't drop the leg on nobody.
Yeah, he wouldn't be dropping a leg or anything like that. But it's a tag team match where you could get in there. He doesn't have a heavy workload. Yeah, throw a couple of punches and then tag right back out. You know what I mean? You're not going to see Hulk Hogan in any singles matches. I think he's done with that. But tag team matches
where
where
of TNA too, so I don't see him in WWE in any time soon either. So
right, tag team matches.
So is there any truth to what Warrior said that I read from a site? I'm not sure if it was this one or another one, that he wants the induction and as well like one final match, one final run.
No.
WWE.
No. I don't.
He's probably just trying to create a little buzz, get himself, the talk of the town, see if he can get some money and then a little run, But who knows if it'll ever happen? But like Ryan said, I'm pretty sure he'll be in the Hall of Fame before it's all said and done.
Yeah, probably. I mean, he's playing the hardball routine right now. You know what I mean? Caller, you're live on WZR Radio. What's up?
What's going on, fellas? What's going on?
How you doing?
My question is, why would they give Wade Barrett an elbow new finisher when they have Chris Hero doing his thing in NXT, throwing all different types of elbows every day, knocking people out like that?
Well, Chris Hero hasn't been brought up to the main roster, and not only that, but Wade Barrett's a much bigger star, and he's got a new finisher. He's calling it the Souvenir, and it's basically just a big elbow to the head of the opponent. But I mean, it's Wade Barrett. He's a much bigger star than Chris Hero, and nobody sees Next or NXT up until this point. You know what I mean? I think they're going to put it on that Hulu Plus. But other than that, I mean, when Chris Hero comes up, they're going to make him change his finish, or he'll use the
and
the
also
same
it's
finish.
like a long-term finisher. He looked like we just talked about Hogan. He always said if he could go back in time, he'd have the sleeper hold as a finisher, because like now, he can't drop his leg anymore. He's just not in shape enough to be. He's too injured to do it, too beat up. Stone Cold Steve Austin can't fall down on his ass with a Stone Cold Stunner. But The Rock, he can rock bottom people forever. You know, he's just picking somebody up and dropping them. You know, so
Right.
an elbow is a finisher he can do whether he's hurt or he's old. Doesn't really matter. He's thinking long term, which is smart.
Caller, you're live on WZR Radio. What's up?
Hey, what's up, Ryan? What's up, Matt?
How you doing?
I'm good. Hey, Ryan, just want to say sorry about your uncle, man. Keep your head up, all right?
Oh, thank you, buddy. I appreciate it.
No problem. Hey, just two quick things. When Caitlin said, I just thought of this, I don't know what you guys think, and she said the person who attacked her was a blonde. Do you think it's any chance that it could be maybe Angelina Love or Velvet Sky? Because I don't know of any other divas in WWE that would be blonde except maybe a Kelly Kelly or something.
I think
they're not with TNA
anymore. I think it's going to be revealed as Eve Torres, to be honest with you, and they'll do like an investigation where she was wearing a wig or something like that. I think Eve Torres is the one behind it. You know, they're doing that whole storyline angle where Eve is definitely not the one, and then they pulled the swerve last night on Raw where Eve Torres has got brown hair and it's a blonde that attacked her. I think it's Eve. I think it's Eve with a wig, to be honest with you, man.
Natalia's got blonde hair, right, too? And then they could always have somebody just dye their hair, you know.
Natalia,
they always dye their hair.
I really think it could be Kelly Kelly coming back as a heel. Somebody in the chat room said, Clone Kev. You know, it's a good one, too. But I think Eve Torres is going to be the one behind it, you know. And then eventually that's going to lead to an Eve versus Caitlyn match. But I mean, we'll see what happens, dude. I think you're going to see like a whole investigation storyline. They're already starting that on SmackDown tonight, you know.
Right.
But we'll see what happens.
And then my last thing was, how do you think it's going to go if John Cena is good to go at Hell in a Cell? You think he takes the title off Punk? Because you guys were talking about if at Night of Champions Punk retained and then like going into WrestleMania with The Rock. It's like, how do you guys think it's going to go now?
I still think going into the Royal Rumble, John Cena is going to be champion, and we're going to have John Cena versus The Rock at the Royal Rumble. The Rock's going to win the title there, and then going to go on to face CM Punk at WrestleMania 29. Boone feels otherwise.
I'm starting to agree with you now, because I don't see any way they can have Punk and Cena again
hurry.
at a pay-per-view, especially Hell in a Cell, without Cena going over. I don't see any way. I don't see how they can have Punk win again.
All right,
so
I think I got Dean from the Smackdown tapings here. So hold on 1 second, guys. Dean, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's going on, buddy? How you doing?
What's up, man? You're live in Buffalo at the Smackdown tapings, right?
I am, brother. Are you getting the emails I'm sending you?
Yeah, man, I'm getting them all, dude. I just I read them off here online to everybody on air, dude. I appreciate the coverage tonight. How's the show, dude?
Oh, it's pretty solid so far. It seems like a legit, almost pretty much a sellout crowd. Right now we got Ryback and Tensai fighting. That's the P-Break match.
Yeah. How was the opening segment, man? They had I saw, Randy Orton was out there, right? They had who else came out? Everybody wanted to.
Well, what happened is hold on 1 second.
Okay. He's
just defeated Tensai.
All right, there you go. He's
okay.
Just to let everybody know, guys. He's Dean. This is Dean from Buffalo. He's live right now inside the arena at the WWE Smackdown tapings from Buffalo, New York. So he's kind of giving live coverage as the show goes on. So run it down for us, man. Let everybody know. You said it's pretty much sold out, right? And a good show so far, or no?
Oh, it's a great show so far. Yeah, it opened with Big Show coming to the ring, saying about how the last time he was champion, it was only like 45 seconds, and how he was embarrassed, and that he was going to defeat Randy Orton, and he was going to be number one contender, which brought Randy Orton out. And He said that he wasn't going to allow that. It's his time for the belt. So they just went back and forth, and that was pretty much it on that segment.
How was the? Let me ask you. How was the? I heard they did a rematch between Dolph Ziggler and Kofi Kingston set for Superstars. Was it as good as a match that they had on Raw last night?
It was pretty decent. The one on Raw was a little bit better. They did an angle where Kofi had an injured knee, and Dolph Ziggler utilized that and got the win.
Right.
On that one.
No doubt. And
how much time did they give that match, the Ziggler Kingston match? Because it was Superstars. Did they give it any time?
Yeah. That was about actually one of the longest matches that they taped for that. It was about, I would say, 7-8 minutes, and it was solid through the whole match too. How
about the Sin Cara and you said it was a masked luchador, right?
Masked luchador, yeah.
Yeah, I think they said El Loco. I heard some guy screaming, so I didn't really catch his name. But yeah, that was a pretty good luchador match, and whoever this other luchador is, I wouldn't be surprised to see him in the ring soon, because he was right on key with his spots.
Now, somebody put up on my Facebook page, they said, let me see here, he says, live at Smackdown, lots of editing being done to, especially the Beth Phoenix versus Natalya and Wade Barrett versus Zack Ryder matches. Were they sloppy, or was there editing? Did they have to reshoot, or no?
They didn't do any reshoots. The Beth and Natalya match, at the end of it, Eve came out, and that she said that, she pretty much apologized for what happened on Monday, and then indefinitely suspended back. But literally, 2 minutes later, they shot to the back with Booker T, and he reversed all that.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's going to be edited out or if that's actually part of it. But what that sparked was Booker T said he never gave Eve, clearance to do that. Eve said, wait a minute, Teddy did. Teddy's like, no, I didn't. So there's a little turmoil in there. So that's going to be funny to see how that plays out.
Where Booker T can't trust Teddy Long, right? Where they're kind of teasing.
Exactly.
Right,
yep.
Right. Gotcha. So what do we got? What's going on right now? What's in progress?
Right now they're just at a commercial break.
No doubt. Well, have a good time, dude. Call us back if anything big happens on the show, dude. See if you can't call in about 15 minutes before we go off the air, and let us know what's going down, what happened, and then we're gonna be here for about 20 more minutes before we go off the air. And everybody in the chat room, big ups to you, dude. Thanks for calling in. We really appreciate it, dude.
No biggie. I will, if I can get out here to give you another shout, I definitely will.
All right, dude. Have a good time, bro.
All right, thanks a lot, man.
All right, buddy. All right, so there you go. Dean from Buffalo, New York, live at the WWE Smackdown tapings from Buffalo. That's kind of cool, man, right? Live from inside the arena?
Yeah, man, got a little check-in from the arena. It's not Albany, it's Buffalo. Not Albany. But also, it reminded me, the Punk Foley segment last night on Raw, you mentioned something about Punk's title streak or some shit. And Foley, it was shocking to hear to me. I didn't realize he had 3 WWE title reigns. I knew that, but I didn't realize that his total time as being champion was only 29 days. That's fucking crazy to think.
Who's that now?
Foley. He said his total...
I know. Yeah.
Punk's had 309 consecutive days, and Foley's whole point was stats aren't shit. I've only held the title 29 days, and my total 3 reigns
right.
champion was 29 days.
Right.
So it's moments people remember, not numbers. But goddamn, he only held the title 29 days. That's crazy.
I know. That was kind of a weird stat that he mentioned during the promo last night. Hey, before Dino called in, dude, I was trying to cut you off because I didn't want to miss that call. What were you said that you're kind of changing your mind about Rock and Cena and the whole CM Punk thing?
Yeah, I was saying because I don't see how they can have Cena and Punk again on top at a pay-per-view, especially in a cage where it's designed for the babyface to finally win against the heel champion. I don't see how they can have them on top at a pay-per-view again and not have Cena go over. So I'm pretty sure I've been wrong all along, and you've been right all along, that Cena's going to have the strap going in the Rumble and Rock's going to take it. And then they'll do Punk and Rock at Mania, which is surprising to me that they would go with Punk and Rock. But,
you know what else? You know what else they're doing these days, dude? Is they're hyping up. I mean, there's commercials that air during Raw that say, The Rock versus John Cena. The DVD came out from WrestleMania 28, and they keep saying over and over in the commercial, once in a lifetime, Rock versus Cena, because that's the name of the DVD, right? And they're really hyping that up.
That, by the way, yeah.
Did you? And they're really hyping that up big time, and it just wouldn't make sense where you're hyping that DVD up right now, once in a lifetime, this, that, and the other thing, and then you're going to set up a rematch come the Royal Rumble right after that DVD comes out about twice in a lifetime. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't fit together, So I think, I don't know if Cena wins the title at Night of Champions, or not Night of Champions, at Hell in a Cell. It doesn't have to happen there. I mean, there's a couple more pay-per-views before the Royal Rumble that they could do it there. But I believe before the end of 2012, before the Royal Rumble in 2013 in January, you're going to have John Cena as WWE Champion. And then you're going to do John Cena versus The Rock. You'll have the rematch at the Royal Rumble. Rock wins the title there, then goes on to WrestleMania and faces CM Punk for the WWE title. And then CM Punk would then regain the title at WrestleMania 29,
Yeah, hopefully they don't take it off him in Hell in a Cell, because you said 310 days today. Hopefully they let him have at least a full year, 365 days as champion, because otherwise, why let him have it for 300 days without letting him hit the year mark? You know what I mean? But I don't see how they can do Punk and Cena again at a pay-per-view on top without Cena winning. So you're probably right. Cena's probably taking that belt at Hell in a Cell.
All right, let's do some rapid-fire questions, guys. Jesse Young, any truth to Triple H wanting Kevin Steen in WWE? I've heard a rumor. But I don't know if it's confirmed. But Kevin Steen, current ROH champion. I'm not really sure. We'll follow up on that. If I hear anything, I'll put it up on the websites.
He doesn't seem to have. Speaking of Foley, he doesn't seem to have a look that WWE would get behind Kevin Steen. I mean, he's a big fat guy, right?
Right. Yeah, he's.
He's a good talker, and I'm sure he's a good worker if he's on top in ROH, but. I don't know, he just that look, I don't see how WWE would get behind that,
Right. Justin Nestor, thoughts on your Buffalo Bills, man? We're off to a good start. The real test, though, comes this Sunday against the New England Patriots. I think we got a great defense. Hopefully CJ Spiller will be back sooner than later. And we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens against the Patriots coming up this Sunday. Mike Dugan, when in the hell will Ambrose debut? I don't know, man. He worked weekend live events, so they are trying to get him some exposure with the WWE fans and working live events and things like that. And we'll see what happens,
Who they ask about?
Dean Ambrose.
Oh, God, every week they ask about Ambrose. Yeah, I mean, hopefully they get him on there, because the guy is a great talker, great worker. Seems like he would fit in with the Punk and the Daniel Bryan style of wrestling, style of talking. And if they really gave him a chance, and I'm sure, we've heard Triple H is high on him, which is really all you need if you want to push.
Right.
So he could be the real deal, man. He could be a future potential star, superstar.
Ben Cade Hughes, what's happening with Jack Swagger? Well, they did that angle a couple weeks ago on Raw where he said he was going to take some time off. We'll see what happens when he returns, whether they give him another push. I mean, that's a guy that used to be former world champion of WWE.
Yeah.
And, has been jobbed out over and over and over.
Kind of had like a losing streak, like the opposite of Ryback kind of thing going on. He's losing every time he was.
I think he had 10 or 11 in a row, to be honest with you,
Yeah.
We have William Armstrong. Where do you think WWE will be in the future if Linda McMahon wins the Senate that she's been running for? Well, I think after she wins the Senate, they're good to go because she'll already be a senator, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But in the meantime, they've got to be careful with everything they do, whether it be, referencing the Attitude Era or, the PG product that they have right now. They've got to be careful.
Yeah, and you heard they went after YouTube and got a bunch of the old shit pulled, like the Attitude Era stuff. They had it pulled off YouTube because they didn't want, that kind of shit floating around to be used against her in the campaign. I would say, is there a limit to how many times you can run for senator? Because let's say this, let's pray to God she wins.
Right.
Because if she's able to run again, they're going to stay the way they are now until that bitch finally wins. You know what I mean? They don't want, any controversy. So It's just, and then, you know, the guys, like you said, the mid-card fiasco that's going on, like, that shit's going to keep going if he keeps running, you know?
It's not anything where, you know, with a president, he's got 2 terms and then you're out. I mean, she can run over and over and over again, man.
Oh, God.
As long as you've got the money to do it, you know what I mean? You can run and run and run.
They do.
Yeah, they do. Arturo Velasquez Jr., when will Dolph Ziggler cash in Money in the Bank? He told somebody in Albany last night that he wanted to do it at the Royal Rumble, but it's not up to him. It's up to WWE, and, you know, we'll have to wait and see what happens. But, I mean, listen, he's got a year to do it. He's got until WrestleMania 29, so nobody really knows. And I don't even think, at this point, WWE Creative knows as they book on a week-to-week basis. So, I mean, if WWE doesn't know, we can't tell you, you know. Robert Paul Connor, who was the worst big push so far, Tenzai, Sin Cara, or Funkasaurus? I think Funkasaurus is over. Probably Tenzai. Yeah, I mean, out of those 3, Tenzai.
Yeah, well, Funkasaurus is over, but as a fucking jerk-off comedy guy, like, and he was being pushed as a killer with all them videos, so... But yeah, as far as Tenzai was pushed to be like a big deal, and now he's jobbing to nobodies and shit. So yeah. I would agree with you. Tenzai is probably the biggest flop.
Gotta be Tenzai. Jordan the Champ Paveo. Didn't John Cena hurt his ankle as well at Night of Champions?
Yeah,
he did. We put up a photo. Boone put up a photo. WZROnline.com/photos.
Actually, you put that up.
Did I do it? Yeah, he came out. He came out the following night on Raw with no limp, and actually, I think he worked a match. So it was basically a case of the ankle swelled up, and the swelling went down by Monday. And that wasn't what the surgery was on. The surgery was
that was
shoulder.
The elbow.
Yeah, elbow. That's what it was. Not
but shit, I've done that a million times playing basketball. Fuck my ankles up to where it swells to the point where it's just gross looking. But what was I going to say? The Rock, you were talking about Cena not limping. The Rock tore his fucking, his MCL, and he was able to walk to the ring, and you had no idea he was injured. You know what I mean? And that's a fucking MCL tear. That's a lot worse than a fucked up ankle. So you can hide that shit if you want.
Yeah. What do we got? Michael Wolin, what is the story of Sarah Del Rey? Is she going to WWE? Here's an exclusive for you. Both Pac and Sarah Del Rey are set to begin with WWE NXT in the very near future. The holdup was they were waiting for approval of their deals. Basically, they had to go through a mental and physical pre-signing exams from WWE, and both of them have passed, and they will be reporting to NXT within the next month or 2. So both of them are coming.
Pac, is that the guy from Ring of Honor where his name's PAC in all capital letters? Is that Pac?
Correct. Not ROH. He's not with ROH right now, but he's been working the indie scene. So they are
and shit. Yeah.
Right. They're going to be in FCW sooner than later. Probably, I would say, within the next month or 2. They were just waiting, like I said, for pre-exams, mental and physical exams, and both of them passed. So they are headed to NXT. And
before you get back into the rapid fire, I wanted to ask you a question, because you're up on this more than me, especially TNA. TNA, I heard, is going live every week. When does that start? Why are they doing it? How long is it going to last? What's up with TNA Impact going live?
TNA's been live all summer long for the last couple of months.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
okay.
No, they've been live for the last couple of months, and basically they extended the deal. It's going to go through 2012, and they'll reevaluate, where they are at the end of 2012. But Spike TV approved the deal, and they're going live for the rest of 2012.
Okay, and the follow-up to that, too, when does Bellator start with Spike TV? I think it's next year, right? And what's up with King Mo?
King Mo is going to be here. I think he said October or November. I believe Bellator in the next month or 2 is on Spike TV, no? I think so, man.
I thought it was 2013, but I'll have to check. You might be right. I thought it was 2013 when Bellator starts. But, yeah, I was wondering if it was a tie-in. Impact going live, Bellator as a lead-in or whatever, and then trying to do the same thing that they built UFC off of Raw when they still had WWE programming. So I'm thinking they're trying to get that going with the Bellator TNA relationship, especially since they got a floater like King Mo that's going to be working both companies, fighting and wrestling.
King Mo's, you're right. You're right. King Mo is going to be there in October, and then Bellator is going to be January 2013. So It'll be
Okay.
it'll be a tie-in eventually, but yeah, King Mo. I mean, he came out in interviews and said he's going to be there next month or in November. So, see what happens there. John Kuntz, is WWE going to truly attempt to rebuild the Divas division? They are on a push for the tag team division right now, my man.
I was just going to say that.
The Divas have been kind of put on the back burner, and Triple H, we've put it up on the website, is a big fan of the tag team division, and that's why you've seen guys like the Primetime Players, Daniel Bryan and Kane, tons of new
Kofi
tag...
Kingston, R-Truth.
Right, lots of new tag teams. They're talking about taking Kofi Kingston and putting him in a singles push, but we'll have to see and see what happens with that.
That's what I was going to say. The Primetime Players is a good example of tag team, but what I hate is when they just take two singles guys, put them together, and that's their tag team division, and their champions are Daniel Bryan and Kane, who, they got the stupid fucking hugging it out shit, and I'm the WWE Tag Team Champions individual. Like, it's two singles guys. It's not a tag team, but they've got all these tag teams that they're developing. They need to have the tag team division live on its own and not rely on singles guys being paired up together.
Right. Dylan Fryman, is Jeff Hardy going to sign an extension with TNA? I think so. I mean, listen, there were rumors that Jeff Hardy, his contract expires with TNA in February of 2013. The deal is, he doesn't want to work a full-time schedule. If he goes back to WWE, they're probably going to have him work house shows and everything else. He doesn't want to do that. The guy's got a lot of money saved up. He doesn't need to return to WWE. The schedule in TNA is a lot less than what they have to do in WWE. So, TNA, that's part of the reason he's in the main event at Bound for Glory with Austin Aries. And I think, they're probably going to wind up giving him a title run. Probably, maybe at Bound for Glory, they'll have him win the title there. If not there, I think, by the end of 2012, you're going to see the TNA title on Jeff Hardy, as a way to keep him happy and to try to get him to re-sign when his contract expires in February. Like I said, he doesn't need the money, he doesn't need WWE, and he doesn't want the long travel schedule. So, I think...
Well, that's the other thing. It's the travel schedule. He could give a shit about being champion, obviously. I mean, everybody knows Jeff Hardy. Right. But the two questions I had: A, is his legal shit over with? Because WWE wouldn't sign him if that's still going on. And B, what's up with Bully Ray? Did he re-sign with TNA, or is he still deciding?
Bully Ray re-signed with TNA. We don't have any details on the contract, but he did re-sign with TNA, so he's going to be there for a while. Devon was released. Hulk Hogan came out with a tweet today and said, listen, I want Devon back in TNA. They're going to do an angle Thursday night with the TNA TV title. I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest with you, to see Devon make a surprise return. If Hogan wants him back, I'm sure Hogan's been talking with some people in TNA. I think Dixie kind of wants him back as well. And, Bruce Pritchard, who's in charge of talent relations, I wouldn't be surprised to see Devon come back. I mean, it's not confirmed. That's just me speculating. But this Thursday night, it wouldn't surprise me to see Devon return.
No, and he was hinting in tweets about going to WWE at one point. But what was I going to say? Matt Morgan with that lawsuit. I guess Matt Morgan's not going to WWE anymore. He's back working TNA house shows. I heard, right? He'll probably be one of the ace guys.
He actually re-signed with TNA, and I'll be honest with you, man. We got this one wrong on the website, so I can admit a mistake. I mean, the deal is he re-signed with TNA about a month or two ago, and with all of his tweets, he was completely working all of us. He completely worked all of you. But there were talks with WWE. Matt Morgan did have talks with WWE, and the idea is WWE is not signing anybody right now. That goes for Ric Flair, that goes for Alex Shelley, that goes for Matt Morgan, goes for any of these guys. They are not signing anyone associated with TNA until the TNA versus WWE lawsuit is over. It would be stupid right now to sign anybody from TNA, especially with that ongoing lawsuit, because then TNA can go into court and say, well, wait a minute, all these talents that, their contracts are expiring, WWE's picking them up. So WWE is staying far away from TNA talents, anybody that's recently departed TNA. That's why you're not going to see people like Angelina Love, Velvet Sky, Ric Flair, Alex Shelley, Matt Morgan in TNA, not as of right now. So Matt Morgan signed a deal about a month or two ago. It may be a short-term deal, you know what I mean? and they'll keep him around. I'm guessing, I mean, eventually Morgan wants to go back to WWE, and he recently had talks with him, so I'm guessing it's a short-term deal.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Is I heard the lawsuit's the reason he didn't. And he's got to he needs to make a living, so he's got to work somewhere. And if he can't go to WWE because of that lawsuit, he's got to sign with TNA and get his paycheck. But two questions while we're on the TNA thing. Also, Aces and Eights. What do you think of the angle? Still, is it taking too fucking long to finally get it going and reveal and all this and that? And B, I hear guys like Mike Knox and fucking maybe Matt Morgan will be one of these are going to be the Aces and Eights guys.
Right.
Don't they need some fucking superstar talent to anchor that thing for it to fucking make it, to even matter?
Well,
or can they pull it off with some fucking WWE watch stuff?
They're going to have a main leader, which is probably going to be a guy like Jeff Jarrett, and then they'll reveal all these other guys like
Is
Mike
that enough?
Knox. Well, it may not be enough, but the angle, I mean, that's the whole point is the angle's going to culminate at Bound for Glory, where they're going to do a tag team match. It's going to be the TNA roster, a lot of the guys from the TNA roster against the Aces and Eights, and then I think eventually it'll be revealed as Jeff Jarrett or somebody like that will be, the main leader, and then you'll have a bunch of job guys from WWE, Mike Knox and people like that,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It just seems like with all the build-up, that's a fucking giant letdown. They need some big names to be revealed, and if they don't have them, I think that's a giant waste of time building that thing up and having no payoff.
Yeah. Jesse Young, was it an interception or a touchdown? I'm guessing you're talking about last night's game between the Seahawks and the Packers. It was definitely an interception. There's no doubt about it. And the replay officials and the NFL coming out with a statement today saying, it was the right call. That's bullshit, dude. Get out of here.
That was obviously the wrong call, yeah.
It was an interception. AJ Clark, what is yours and Matt Boone's opinion on TNA not defending their world title at No Surrender? Ryan Clark's biggest fan. Listen, man, No Surrender was the throwaway pay-per-view, all leading into the Bound for Glory show. I mean, that's the big WrestleMania pay-per-view.
It was finishing up that Bound for Glory series tournament was the focus. I guess they didn't want to lose focus with a big world title match, but they and the Aces and Eights to progress that thing. They had Austin Aries, the champion, have the fight or whatever with the Aces and Eights guys, and the arena cleared out. But yeah, who gives a shit if the title wasn't defended? I mean, who cares?
Lion Den, mention PWS, the forum you loved before WZR. That's what I want, and they all ask, why do you not care now? Let me tell you something, man. This is my forum admin.
I've asked you that before. That was your... for years.
Well, like I said earlier, man, this is my forum admin, and I've got a network of websites, like we talked about earlier. I got PWS, I got WZR. PWS is now very established, and I'm building up WZROnline.com. I got the WrestlingAnswer.com. I got the MMA website. It's a network of websites, but what it all comes down to is the official forum for all of those websites goes to PWSforums.com. So the more I promote WZROnline.com, the more visitors PWSforums.com gets, because all the network of websites that I own, they all redirect you guys to PWSforums.com. It's a big forum. It's for all the websites that I own, which is just awesome. Lorenzo Dozier, thoughts on Cody Rhodes and Damian Sandow paying up? Should their tag team last longer than the Dashing Ones originally with Drew McIntyre and Daniel Bryan? McCain Diner in Albany segment. Cody Rhodes and Damian Sandow, I mean, it's just another example of a new tag team in WWE. They are on a push with tag teams, as we talked about earlier. You know what I mean, Boone? So.
Yeah, it's not really a tag team, like I said earlier. It's just two singles guys put together for no fucking reason. But, whatever.
Vincent Nugent, Ryan, what's your thoughts on the Buffalo Bills facing the aggressive New England Patriots this upcoming Sunday, man? Tell you what, dude, it's going to be an interesting one. You know what I mean? That'll be a real test to see where the Buffalo Bills are.
What's the Patriots' record? Are they 2-1?
1-2, I believe, right? I think so.
So they got a strong team, but they haven't been winning, so who knows? Maybe they're not as good as people think. Maybe you guys can beat them.
Yeah, well, they lost in that was a thrilling game this past Sunday with the Patriots, and they wound up losing.
Really?
Fuckers. All right, check it out. Here we go. We got to get out of here. Here's the poll that we did earlier. Is Ryback ready for the main event status? I'm going to say no on this one. Let me submit my vote. 71% of the votes say no, and 29% of the votes say yes. So a lot of people agree that he is not ready for the main event yet. But it's only, like I said earlier, man, it's only a backup plan for Ryback, and you gotta eventually push new stars. You gotta push them to the top. These older guys aren't going to be around, you know what I mean, forever. And you got to push new guys, and it's a new guy, and everybody's, of course, I mean, whoever it is, people are going to say, no, they're not ready for the main event yet, you know what I mean? No matter who it is, whether it be Ryback or somebody else, he's on his way. I mean, they're high on Ryback, they're pushing him, and we'll see what happens. It's a backup plan. If John Cena's ready to go, and that's what they want, we're going to see Cena versus Punk in a Hell in a Cell. If not, Ryback is simply a backup plan, and it was just a tease last night on Raw, you know? What do you think, man? Ryback is the main eventer yet? Nah.
No, I don't think he ever will be unless they really give him some character depth. I mean, as of right now, he's just a body that goes out and squashes people, and that's never going to work in the main event. I mean, he's got to be able to work main event matches, which are, you know, minimum 10, 15 minutes on a pay-per-view, and he can't work 10 in a house show right now, so I don't see that happening anytime soon.
Now tell these fuckers, submit feedback, right? Tell them how to submit feedback for WZR Radio.
Well, goddamn it, we want feedback. We want to know what you thought of this show, this program, coming live from Albany, New York, Albany, New York, Albany, New York, Albany, New York.
Yes, sir.
We want you to go. Yes, sir. We want you to go to Facebook.com/ Ryan Clark WZR. Once you get there, we'll have a post up asking for your feedback. You tell us what you thought of the show. Was it good? Was it bad? If it was good, what'd you like? We'll do more of it. If it was bad, what didn't you like? We'll do less of it. This is how we get better, ladies and gentlemen. Facebook.com/ Ryan Clark WZR.
And I just deleted the post, son of a bitch. All right, Facebook.com/ Ryan Clark WZR. It's up right now. Go there. Thanks to everybody for coming out tonight in the live chat room. It's good to be back, man. We took a week off last week. We'll be back here on a weekly basis from this point forward. I appreciate all you guys on the on my Facebook, you know, on my page. You guys are awesome with your comments. Been a rough couple of weeks, and I appreciate all you guys. I know Boone appreciates all the comments and feedback too. He goes on and reads it after the show goes off the air. We depend on you guys, man. We got we'll see what happens with Dave Bautista coming up tomorrow night, and Shad Gaspard and Tyson Tomko coming up here in the next 2 or 3 weeks as well on WZR Radio. So it's going to be an interesting time, and even you guys in the chat room right now, I see them comments, man. I appreciate all y'all. I love you guys, man. You guys are the fucking best. So see you guys next Tuesday night. Matty B, good one, as always, tonight, brother.
Hey,
and,
2 hours from Albany, New York. God bless.
From Albany, New York, baby. All right, we're out of here. Triple H's old theme. Here we go for Matt Boone.
That's me.
And this is Ryan Clark.
Hey, that's him.
See you next Tuesday night, 8 to 10 Eastern Time on WZROnline.com.
.com. Go.